Oh, hello. All right. Hello. Can you hear me? Hi,
Yes.
Denise.
Hi.
Hi, Carol.
Hello.
So nice to see you. All right. Let me move this over here. And I'm trying to get my mouse to connect because it has not been used in 2 months and it was working last night, so it must be out of power. So give me 1 second while I try to connect to it again. Let me go. Oh, it's not going to work on this one because it's connected to my other computer. It's okay. So hi Denise. I don't think I've had you in class before, or have I?
No, no, never.
Yeah. So welcome to class. And Carol, you've been in and out of classes, but a lot of the times in person. So it's rare to see you on Zoom. But in
But
the
you,
summer, that's all I do. So
That's all you do,
welcome. Yeah.
right?
do
Glad
you
to
have
see
an
you.
in-person class?
During the year, spring and fall, I do.
Oh, oh,
You'll love it. Come back in person. Some of us come many times.
Yeah, but in the summer I happen to be in Santa Barbara right now, but soon I'm gonna head off to go visit my mother. I'm from Argentina, and then I teach from Argentina, so that's why I have them on Zoom only in the summer. So it's like my one chance to be with her.
oh.
So but right now I'm at home, so I'm still here right now. Anyway, that's all. But I'm
Cool.
trying to figure out the day I'm heading out. So anyway, welcome. I'm looking at the roster, and I do know there's a couple more people who are completely new to the class, to any of my classes, which is my request always. Um, I'm seeing three new names of people who should be here. Everyone else is a student from one or another of my many classes. So hopefully they will show up early on. Um, Yeah, so that they can be part of this, but we'll see how that works. Hold on, because I just managed to disconnect my other computer. There we go. It's interesting because I have been gone for 7 weeks. And when you come back and everything is like you left it, but like with this film of dust and little cobwebs hanging. But I set all the computers up last night so that they'd be working today, and yet there's things that are not. It's okay. I'll figure it
It
out.
must be very difficult.
It's, I have three monitors in front of me, and one's like, I'm not working today. I'm sorry. And I'm like,
30 monitors?
three.
Oh, oh.
Three. And one of them is deciding it's not going to work. And my son has been using my computer, so I'm going to have to investigate and see what's been happening. But anyway, we share the studio. Anyway, it's so nice to see you guys. And I'm going to just start, I guess, working with you because I'm not sure when the others are going to show up. And let me pull this out and put that in there. There we go. Aha. Now that's connected. I just saw a connection that was missing. Anyway, so other than my travails or not, which you'll hear over the course of the whole summer, I have so many stories to tell because I have some amazing adventures. Right now, I want to get you figured out. So how once everyone who joined us who knows how the class goes, I want you, Denise, to feel comfortable, and you, Carol, who don't usually hang out online as well. Um, so the first thing I want you to do is to head down to the area where you see buttons, audio, video, participants, chat, that kind of thing. Do you see them all? And one of them says react, and there's a little heart to it. You see that one?
Yep.
Okay, so click on that heart. And then there's all these little cute emojis that are so fun. Like I'm gonna go ahead and hit the rockets right now and look at me, look at my image. I'm sending rockets, or stuff like that. But the important thing, and go ahead and try it. It's like, yay. But the important thing is that they disappear. Can you tell? So they're even though the thumbs up or whatever is a fun one, it's no good for when I have a whole class of people answering and I have to look and see if everyone is saying yes, and then all the answers disappear. So those are fun if you want to, laugh, when I make a joke because I'm particularly funny. Um, but the ones that I want you to use are below that, but not even a little bit below that, where you see also some clapping and some thumbs, but a little bit lower, there's a green check mark and a red X. You see those two? If you see the green check mark, go ahead and click on the green check mark.
Wait, green check mark.
It's just kind of 3 rows down. It's on the left side under the clapping hands.
Wait. Okay, hang on.
There's a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
little
got it,
emojis
got it.
and then, okay, so click on the green check mark. And that, Carol already turned it on and I turned it on. And if you notice, it hasn't gone away. So did you find it, Denise? Can you click on it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and click on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
She got
So that green check mark stays. We keep talking and it stays, right? So this one and the no, go ahead and click on the red X right now, which is no,
Oops.
which is right next to it. Those two are the ones that I use all the time that I request that you guys use when the whole class is here and I go, okay, try this thing. I'll show you something. I'll tell you to do it. And then I'll say, okay, if it worked, give me a yes. If it didn't work, give me a no. So then you give me a yes or a no. And then I look at the whole class and I'll get like, 5 yeses and 3 nos and then 3 people won't answer. And then I'll be like, Mary, is that a yes or a no? John, is that a yes or a no? And so that and don't try to avoid me having to ask you. What I want is you to leave the yeses or the nos on, like you just clicked on it again, Denise, and that's what turns it off. But if
Okay,
you
okay.
turn it off, then I'll be like, Denise, was that a yes or a no? So my request is leave your answer up. If it's a yes, that's good. You got it. You did it. It worked. If it's a no, I'll be like, okay, Carol, I see that you said no. How can I help? And then I'll help you one-on-one. Does that make sense? And that's why when people don't answer, then it takes time for me to going, can you say yes or no? So just answer yes or no. And if you don't know if it's yes or no, just give me a no and then we can talk about it. Does that make sense? So that's the best way to communicate so that I get constant feedback from everyone during the whole class. Like no one's going to be sitting around wondering what I did because you'll tell me I did or didn't get it. Hi, Adriana.
Hi. I was having technical difficulties, but I'm able
But you're
to.
here.
I'm here.
You're here. So that's great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so I was welcoming people to the class. I'm not talking about the class yet. I'm just talking about some things about Zoom that we need to get the class going, and we are practicing. And so I'm gonna do that with you right now, Adriana, but there's um one more thing I want to mention. Once everyone joins us, those are people who supposedly know all this, which is why I had them come later, but they might still somehow not remember or something, right? Because, sometimes these things fall away. So we might be doing a little repetition a little bit later, but for the most part, you're the ones who haven't heard this before, and we're going to go through, this is what I call nonverbal feedback, right? So you're going to give me yes or no. We're going to do sharing screens. We're going to do things like that. So what we're going to do in the next 45 minutes is not about the Mac. It's about functioning in the class. Okay. And then I'll introduce the class and the Mac and what we're going to do and all of that. So back to what I was just explaining. By the way, I'm Diana. I'm going to do the whole introduction later, but then I forget because people who come later know me. So then I forget to do the introduction. So anyway, hi. I'm Diana and I'm from Argentina, which is why I was saying that in a few weeks you'll see me teaching from Argentina. because I will go visit my mom and I'll hang out in her dining room and teach all day. And she's so happy that I'm there that she doesn't care that all I do is
Mhm.
teach all day. But um, but anyway, so when when I have the whole group in person and I'm teaching something and I'm giving an explanation of something, and I'll say, okay, if it worked, I want you to give me a yes. And you might notice that under Denise's image, at the top of Denise's image, it says yes right now.
Yes.
So that yes is what I want you to find. Do you see in all the buttons that are at the bottom of your Zoom, do you see that it says audio, video, chat, react? Do you see those words?
Yes.
Okay, find the react, which has a little heart, and click
React.
on the heart. Okay, and then the third row down, you'll see a green check mark, which is yes.
Yes.
Okay,
There it is.
perfect.
Okay.
And right next to it is the no. Okay. So those two stay. So whenever I say, okay, give me a yes or did it work? A lot of people want to give me a thumbs up or something like that. We're accustomed to thumbs up, but the thumbs up and all those things disappear. They're up for 2 seconds and then they just go away. And then I have to go back. Carol, did that work for you? Or Adriana, did that work for you? Versus the yes, yes, it worked for me stays, or the no, no, it didn't work for me. Those two stay. Okay. And then once everyone has been cleared and everyone understands, then I'll clear everyone. So right now I did a clear for everything and the whole class is clear. And then we move on to the next thing. And then I'll go again. Okay, everyone try that, try this. Did it work? Give me a yes, give me a no. So I'll be saying that the whole time, right? So you need to be able to find your little yeses and nos and answer. And if you don't know what to answer, and this is what happens, and people are struggling trying to figure out whatever I just taught, and they forget to give me a yes or a no. So then I'll be like, okay, Carol, hey, Adriana, hey, Denise, is it a yes or a no? Like I'll try to remind you to give me a yes or a no. So don't ever not say no because you're like, I don't want to be the only one who doesn't get it. No, it's like, oh, you didn't get it. Let me give you a hand. So it's a very hands-on class. I don't move through things. I want everyone to get what I'm teaching. Does that make sense? So just, and there's going to be people who have taken this class before, or others of my classes who just know it, and it's all fine. They just know it. They're here for things they don't know. And it doesn't mean that you should know it. You're here to learn. So everyone is welcome to say no as many times as they need or ask as many questions as they need. It teaches everyone when someone asks a question. Okay. Now, the second thing is I need your first and last name on your thing because that's part of the attendance. And Adrian,
Oh,
I'm noticing
oh,
that your name is not there. Do you know how to change it? Denise says
No.
Denise Alpine, so that's good. And Carol says Carol Gear. Adriana, I can always change it for you, but it's better if you learn how to do it
Okay, so
yourself.
what do I do?
Yeah, so put your mouse in, are you on it with a mouse or with a finger?
I'm in a mouse. I have a mouse
Okay, hover over your own face of your own video,
right
and at the
here.
top right of your video, suddenly you'll see the little three little dots appear.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, click
I
on
see it.
those three little dots,
3 dots.
Okay,
and
and then
then
it said
kind of
rename.
halfway down it says rename. Yeah, and
Oh,
so
got
give me
it.
your first
Oh,
and last name. And Denise, you already have your first and last name. The way to SIG is when you don't have it at all, it won't ever be there, Adriana, because it's how the your Zoom is set up. It's set up to say
Okay.
Adriana. So every time you connect, you'll have to change it to Adriana Ramirez Munoz. Or
Okay.
you can just go to the settings of Zoom and change it in the settings of Zoom. That's a whole nother
I
issue.
don't even know how to
Otherwise,
do that.
yeah. So otherwise, just do
I'll
this
just
every
type it
time.
in.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
after a while, I remember it and I add it, but it's better. I try to teach people to be self-sufficient versus me doing it for them. Okay, great. And that's because then when attendance roll happens in the back end where I see people's names appear of who was here. And if I only have the first name, I don't think there's going to be many Adrianas in class, but then when it's the official roster, I'll have to add your name and it's better if we just add it right now. Okay. The third thing is the chat.
chat.
So right there to the left of the React button, you'll see something that says chat. Do you see that?
Wait, where?
It's next to the React
Yeah,
button.
yeah, I see it. Yes.
One of them says chat. It's next to where you were saying yes or no. You found it? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say good morning. And I just wrote something in the chat. Did you see that suddenly it says good morning?
Mm.
And it probably says Diana Musacchio said good morning or something like that. It has my name, right? So then it says type message here with a little cursor. Just type a little hello, good morning, I'm here. Just say something in there and then hit your return key and send me your welcome, your good morning. And you don't need to tell me it's Carol Gear or it's Denise. Just by saying yes, it says Denise Alpine said yes. Adriana Ramirez said hello, everyone. Does that make sense? So Carol, can you find it?
I think I did. I just did it. Wait a minute.
You need to hit the return to
Oh.
make it go, or the little arrow. Gear
There you
is
go.
here. You're such a poet. Okay, great. All right. So now that is something that I want y'all to do when you join the class. Just do a little check-in.
Okay.
That check-in helps. Again, it's for attendance reasons. It gives me the names of who's attending and who's participating. Now, that's also a place where you can write questions that you've been like, it's Wednesday and you've been coming up on these things that you don't know, and suddenly it's Tuesday or whatever, it's Thursday and it's the day of the class, or it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's Tuesday and I have all these questions. Just write them down. And then when class starts, put them here in the chat. Because then as I begin to read them, I can address them. Okay. I'll be giving you guys homework. I'll be telling you guys to do some things, easy, just repeating stuff that we've done during the day. But something might have come up and you're like, I wanted to ask you. And so this is a great place to ask me the kind of stuff that maybe is not also, sometimes you have questions that aren't specifically about what I'm teaching, but it's questions that you have. And then I'll go, oh, well, that's something that we'll talk about 3 days from now. So let's wait for that. Or no, this is a great question. Let me answer it. Or, oh, that's what I teach in Mac level 2. So you know that by the time Mac level 2 comes around, does that make sense? So that questions don't go unanswered, but I can't answer every question in the moment if I'm trying to teach certain things. So it's really great to say, hey, are you going to talk about photos here? And I'll go, well, actually, I'm going to be talking about photos in this class, not in this one. And you'll go, oh, okay. And then you go sign up for the class.
The worst thing is getting stuck.
What's that?
The worst thing is getting stuck.
Yeah. And here's the thing with this class, it's very hands-on. And the moment you get stuck, you'll be able to not only ask me, but also, and this is the next part that we're doing now before everyone else joins us, you'll get to share your screen and I'll see what's wrong. Like if you just explain it to me and I can't figure out what the problem is, then you'll share your screen and I'll look at it and I'll go, oh, because immediately as soon as you share a screen, I'm like, oh, there it is. Like I'll figure out what's happening. I'll show you how to help. I'll help you make it work. And then when we're done, you stop sharing your screen and we move on. So that's the main benefit of this class. Even though I'm not with you in the school, in person, I am in person in the winter and in the fall sessions, but in summer I'm not. But it's very hands-on anyway, because you share your screen, I look at your screen, I help you out, and then we continue the class. And this is the most important thing. A lot of people at first are like, oh, it's okay, I don't want to share my screen. It's too much trouble. And I'm stopping the whole class. But you'll notice, and trust me with this one, Denise, Adriana, and Carol, who tends to say that, trust me that every time you share the screen, and this is the good news of being online, everyone is learning from it because everyone is having something, or I'll point something out on someone's computer. Oh, see how she did this, or see how they did that. And everyone will be like, oh, well, that's a good idea, or I get it, or so it's not time to tune off when someone's sharing their screen and go and, feed the dog. It's time to pay attention because there's something in that share for everyone. Poor dog. If it needs to be fed, yeah, do it. But other than that, you're going to want to focus because everyone gets so much out of those shares. So by the moment I say, okay, please share your screen, it's because I've tried to help you'll notice talking about what's wrong gets us very close, but not there. And then we're wasting people's time talking about what you think is wrong because you don't know what's wrong. That's the whole problem. That's you're stuck. So instead of telling me what's wrong, I'll say, share your screen. It takes literally 3 seconds to share a screen. I see it. We fix it. We move on. So sharing your screen, in fact, is the fast way to move the class along. And that's the part that people have a hard time believing until they see it happening. If you just hesitate to not share. So you don't tell me what's in trouble, what's the problem. This is important for new people, Adriana and Denise. By not asking me, then you fall behind. If you fall behind, you're now not one step behind, you're 10 steps behind. By the time you're 20 steps behind, you're like, I'm not going to come back to class. And then you don't learn. So my request is ask and share, and then the class moves smoothly and you learn and you feel like, oh, I'm getting something out of this, and you stay in class. Does that make sense? Okay. So the first time you share your screen, oh, thank you for the good old yes. The first time you share your screen is the only time it's complicated, because the good news about the Macs is that they're very good about privacy and security. And so they won't just let you share with anyone. They're going to go have you make you sign things and do things. And then once that's done, every other time you share your screen, it's really quick. Okay. So the first time you share your screen, you're going to have to go through some stuff. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through it. And in fact, Carol, I know that the one thing that you've had a hard time with online classes is sharing your screen. So will you be the first one to practice? Because you'll see that there's some steps. She's already gone through the steps that meaning
She
she's
doesn't
already done all
remember.
the security stuff. Okay. So the security stuff won't happen with her, but she still is going to need to follow the 3 steps that later everyone will follow once the security stuff is done. And then I'll start with Adriana and Denise, and you might have the security stuff taken care of from some other reason in your computer, or I'll have to walk you through it. Okay. So let me start with Carol. Right. Carol, are you ready down where it says participants in chat and React and all those? One of those should say share. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Click on the word share, but only we can share one at a time. So let's start with Carol. Can you click on the word share?
Okay. I wonder, bypass the system.
Yeah. So right now, what you're seeing is a white screen that on the left side probably says desktop 1 or entire screen, something like that. You see that?
I have a picture view and some application windows.
Okay.
And
All right,
I have a Zoom.us is requesting to bypass the system private window picker and
Okay.
directly access.
Okay. Go ahead
Allow
and
it.
say
Right.
allow. Mhm.
Okay.
All right. And then do you see at the bottom of that window the word share in blue button with white letters?
Yes.
Okay, click on that second button. And
Hey,
boom,
Whoa.
she's sharing her screen. Now she bypassed the security stuff because she's already done it before. With
Okay.
Denise and Adriana, we might have to do some more work, but now we're seeing Carol's screen. And then I can say, okay, do this, do that, right? Now, immediately I want to say that this window screen that says join meeting, join from screen, you don't need it open anymore because it's you're done, you're in Zoom. So see, one thing I'm going to do is, can you see a green marker that I just made a little circle?
yes.
I'll be able to do that and then say, click on that little guy and get rid of it. So click on this little button here so that this
You want
window
it to go
appears.
away. Okay,
Yeah,
wait a
so
minute.
no, so go ahead and click on, now I'll be more specific. Go ahead and click on that one, yep, and have that go away. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. And then this is your email, which we don't need at the beginning, so you can probably close this one too from that one. And now we have a clean screen, and there you go.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's
So
cool.
that's how it works that I can help you. Now I'm going to stop her share. So you see how easy it is for me to give you a hand with stuff and then we
That's
move
good.
on. Does that make sense? All right. Hi, Bob.
Hey,
Nice to see you again.
Hey,
yeah, same.
So I am Bob knows how to do what I'm sharing right now. So I'm gonna, other than saying hi, I'm gonna ignore him for a minute. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm doing with Denise and Adriana. I'm doing the share screen portion. Okay. And then I'll introduce Bob a little bit more because he's actually a tutor at the library and he might be helpful to all of you. But for now, let me get you guys to share your screen and then we'll talk a little bit more. So nice to see you again after about 2 months.
I know, I missed you.
I know. I miss you guys. It's kind of like you guys were my Mac family. All right. So Adriana, Denise, who wants to go first?
I
Okay,
can go-
this is the time when volunteering
I
is
can
good.
go first. I will go first.
Go for it, Adriana. Okay.
Okay, so
So go click on the share button.
I did it.
All right. Now, there's another button at the bottom of the next window that says share in blue and white letters. Go ahead
Yes,
and
it does.
click. And in your case, now what you're seeing is something that says like open system settings or system, something like that. Okay, click on open system settings. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So something, the system settings just opened up in a place that's your privacy and security features. And you'll see that there's like one thing on the right. There's at some point on the right side of that window, you'll see the word Zoom.
Yes, I see it.
Okay. So on the right side of the word Zoom, there's a little gray button. Click on it to turn it blue. And when you do that, the computer's going to ask you for your password.
Okay.
So the password that it asks you for is the one that you use to turn on your computer in the morning, or, maybe it's your finger, or it's a passcode, whatever you do when you open your computer.
Okay, so do I put the password and then I press modify settings
Yes, and then say okay to modify settings. It'll say now or later, say later.
later. Okay.
Okay, good.
That's it?
That's it. Now,
Okay.
you can close that window, go back to Zoom, and now when you say share and then share again, your screen will share. That's it. That was the hard part. Now you just need, now you'll see. Go back to the word share
Okay. So,
and click share twice. That share and then the bottom share.
so share.
There you go. You're sharing your screen.
All right.
Now, I'm seeing now, there's some more things you need to click on. Click on allow in front of you.
Allowed.
Okay, and then over here, go ahead and say open system settings again.
Where?
You don't see it. Sometimes you have screens that I see that you don't see. That one.
This.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the Zoom launcher that you're about to turn on, you can turn on. Do you have something in front of you that says system settings and deny? This one? Do you see that or not?
No, there's nothing.
There's
Where?
nothing there. Okay, yeah, sometimes it's a
I just
reflection of
see,
Zoom.
I just says Zoom workplace sign in,
Okay,
join the
good.
meeting, sign up.
Good. Now that one you can close then. You can go over right
close?
here where I made a little circle. See a green circle that I made here over what looks like nothing? Yeah, click on
Yeah.
that and there's an X that appeared. Close that one.
Okay, I close it. Now
And there
what?
you're ready to go. And you can quit Safari for now if you want to. Like you can click all of this and close it if you want for the beginning of
Where's
this
Quick
class.
Safari?
This is Safari. You can click on this. I'll teach you later to do it differently. But see this red button on the left that I'm kind of over
Oh,
there?
I got it. I got it. Okay.
Click
there.
on that. I'll teach you a better way to do it.
Okay.
Okay. What else do you see now? Do you see?
It says Zoom up
Got it.
Zoom.us will
So
like
say open.
report.
Say
Open.
open system settings. And then now this one's all ready to go. So now you can close this one.
Do I close this one? Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What
And
about this? It says
now
new
move launcher
application.
to applications folder to get the latest Zoom next time. No, say not now.
Not now.
And
Do I
then
close
close
this?
that one. Yeah. Because you
Okay.
okay. You are totally ready to go.
So
You
next-
might want to go to this thing here,
Which
and you
one?
might where it
Oh,
says Zoom
this one?
launcher. Yeah. Do you know how to do a right click at all? No, I'm going to teach you a right.
You know what? I just got this Mac with the mouse, so I'm
Okay.
learning how to. That's why I got this Mac because I don't
So
know
I'm
how
going to teach you. I'm going to teach you some stuff. But so guys, this is beyond sharing the screen, but this is important because there's something very important called the right click that I'll
right
be
here?
mentioning a lot.
There.
And when you have a mouse, the right click, if you first get it, doesn't work. You need to enable it. So let me have you enable the right click on the mouse. Go down here to the desktop. Yeah, click on that.
Okay.
Okay. And now scroll down, 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 down. Yep, keep going until you click on the word mouse.
Oh, okay.
And then over here, go ahead and instead of off, you're going to click on this little arrow and turn it on. Right side. Yeah, click right side.
Wait,
Say click right side.
right side?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So now
I
you
didn't
can
know that.
close this and now your
I'm
your
ready to
mouse will
go.
have a right click. Okay.
Thank you.
So now this is just to test it out. Go and put your mouse over this thing that says Zoom Launcher. Put your mouse over that. So I see your mouse
Where is it
there.
at?
Click it over here.
Oh,
There.
Zoom launcher. Then
And now do a right click, yeah, and say eject Zoom launcher.
Eject.
Now, I want you to know that this is not how the class is going to go. I will explain all the time why you're doing what you're doing. But this is something, I'm just trying to clear the screen out for us to start and for her because she had the Zoom launcher and stuff going on and made her mouse work. But I'll be teaching you what you're doing. So when you do it, you'll understand. I won't be saying, do this, do that, like I'm doing right now. This is more like to get us to all share and be done and be on the same space before we start. Okay. So just wanting you to know that I'm not someone who just makes you do things because then you don't learn them. I actually teach them to you. But anyway, you're done sharing. I just stopped your share. Thank you. Oh, here comes Julie. And now after I say hi to Julie, it'll be your turn, Denise. And then
No.
we'll be all ready to go. Hi, Julie.
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, I sent you a note. I'm sick, so I won't be able to be in class very long.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I got a bug, whatever it is.
Yeah, you sound kind of congested. Well,
Yep.
thank you
start
for
of Sunday.
showing up, and please go take care of yourself.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I'll sign in for the chat so that you
Thank you. What she's doing, by the way, is the perfect example of what I'm going to ask you all to do. If you can't attend class, in this case, because you're sick or because you're on vacation or because you have something comes up, your kid needs childcare, during the time that the class is on from 9 to 12:35, do your best to join at some point, sign in, and then sign out because then I can give you attendance. When I can give you attendance, then the state pays a school for your attendance, and the class that's free gets to move on. Versus if you don't show up, I can't give you attendance. If you don't show up, that's one spot left where the school doesn't get paid for the class. You know what I mean? So it's like people who know me know that. And thank you, Julie. And I'm sorry you're not feeling good. And I hope you're feeling better by Thursday, and we'll see you more effectively on Thursday. Oh, you're muted right now.
I'll
Good.
stay as long as I can. I checked in before 10 because I wanted to be sure to log
Thank
in.
you. Thank you. Thank you. But, just, yeah, it's okay to back off and rest if you need to. Okay. So now I just have Denise that I need to have you share your screen. So Denise, that share button, you found it down at the bottom, click on it.
Oh,
Okay. Then you have another screen with another share button at the bottom.
click.
Click on the second share. That's all you'll need to do in the future. But now, this time you're getting something about system settings. Go ahead and say open system settings. Okay. Now, on the system settings that just opened, you see on the left side, there's a column of stuff, and on the right side, you should find the word Zoom somewhere.
Well, it says Zoom US,
Yeah.
zoom.us.app.
To the right of that word, there's a little gray button. Click on that gray button to turn it on, and then it'll ask you to put your computer password in there.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Oh,
Once you
no.
get- oh,
Quit and reopen or later?
or later. Say later. Okay.
Oh, no.
Good. You said
That's it.
later? That's it. Now you can close all that and you can go back to Zoom and do share and share again. And this time we'll share your screen.
So click share once,
Yep.
share
And
again.
then share again. And yep, we're seeing your screen. Woohoo. This is it. It's share and share again. And we never have to do the other stuff. It's share and share. That's it. Every time you need to see how fast it is. All right. Now
It
it's
says allow.
It says
Allow.
allow. Go ahead and say allow. Cool. And then it says join from Zoom Workplace. You can close that window. From the
join
very,
rooms.
do you see that? Or
Well,
it
I
says-
see get more done with AI companion.
Oh, no, we're not seeing that one. Go ahead and say later, okay, or done, or skip to that one. There's certain windows that don't show up in the share, and that's one of them.
Okay.
And we'll be teaching you about AI and stuff like that. So for now, we don't need that. Do you see here something that says system settings or deny?
Now this AI companion is taking up the whole space.
Oh.
Um,
So look at the right or the left of it, you're going to see an X somewhere or the word skip.
I wish it had an X. I'm afraid if I get rid of something, I'll get rid of all of us.
No, it's okay. The AI
Zoom.
companion is filling your screen and it's one of those messages that doesn't share itself. So I'm not seeing it. So, can you describe it? Do you see, let me see. Can
What's wrong?
you,
It doesn't
what's
let
that?
me get away. It wants to grab me and not let me go.
Yeah, they really want you to turn on the AI,
Your
which,
personal
by
Zoom
the way,
assistant.
I'm not going to say yes or no. I'm going to teach you about it to see whether you should, but right now I want you to get rid of it. Can you hit your escape key on your keyboard? ESC, top
Yep.
left keyboard. Did that get rid of it? No. Okay, so click on that. Yeah, click on that you just did. Bring it back into the middle. And I'm going to teach you not to do that anymore, not to move things out of the way. Can you bring it a bit further into the middle? Because you still can't see the left side of your screen. That thing that you just brought in, bring
All
it
of us.
over to the right. This is Safari, which is what you just clicked on to move in. Over here, we're not seeing all of it, and it's important. So you just clicked on this and dragged it to the right. You remember? Can you do that again?
Oh, this
Yeah.
thing.
Yes. Thank you. So
Get it out of the way.
no, 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 no. Don't get it out of the way. Put it right in the middle. And that's
Right.
something I want to teach you all. I'm going to teach you a better way to get in out of the way because by having this hidden over there, like you had it, you weren't accessing these buttons, which are very important. So it's always important to see the left side of the window versus to hide it to be able to modify it. So now go ahead and click on this the red button. I'll teach you better how to get rid of stuff later, but for now, get rid of that.
Click the X.
Yep, click the X.
Will I lose you guys?
No, click the X.
Oh,
Yep,
whoa.
trust me. And then do you see something here again that says open system settings and stuff like that? No, do you still have the AI thing?
No, well, yeah, it's on the right. It says Zoom Workplace, sign in, join a meeting, sign
Okay.
up.
So get rid of that if you can. Say it's
Really?
yeah, yeah,
Click
you're
the
in
X.
Zoom. Yeah, you're
Hope I
in
don't
Zoom.
lose you.
Mhm.
I didn't
Nope.
lose you.
No, you got to trust me. I
Ah.
know what I'm saying. I'll tell you when it's dangerous. And that people end up with those all class long sitting there, and it's like, no, you're done. You're on Zoom. You can close those windows and now see the rest of your screen. Okay. And then if it says open system settings, go ahead and click on that. Good. And now go ahead and now you already said okay to that. So now close it from that red
Close
button.
this whole thing?
Yeah.
Can you guys see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So now we're set and we're ready to go. Now, one thing that's missing, I'm going to stop your share. Okay, so everyone knows how to share their screen right now. Everyone is now you know it's share and share again. That's it. You won't have to do all the other stuff we did. You'll just have to click share 2 times. That's it. And then I'll be seeing your screen and I'll tell you what is or isn't working, what's right or wrong. But just like her AI screen, there's a few things that don't share themselves to me, and it's messages that are notifications. I'll explain to you later what that means. So it's fine if I'm telling you click on this thing and there's this thing in the way and I can't see it, just tell me about it because usually at least you can move it out of the way or hit escape to get rid of it.
So if I click share right now, you'll just see all those little folders on the desktop.
That's your stuff.
We were seeing your desktop. Yeah, we were
Okay.
seeing all your folders.
Wow.
Yeah. We were seeing your
Wow.
entire desktop. Just like you
Wow.
saw Carol's and Adriana's, and you'll see me. Now, this is the part that gets slightly complicated, and then after that, people will start showing up, hopefully. So the class will get bigger. Which is when I share my screen, which is what I'm about to do. So now I am about to share my screen. What you're seeing right now is
Whoa.
my screen. It's Lake Tahoe. It's gorgeous. When you're seeing my screen, you stop seeing your own screen for the most part, right? It's filling your screen. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the part that we need to pay attention to because I need you to see your screen and my screen at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So this is the only part that's going to this is the hardest part of the class. If you get it, then the rest is easy. Because if you have an iPod or an old laptop of any type, Mac or PC, lying around, or an old desktop or something, then let me know right now. Do you have an iPad or another laptop, even as long as it's working? Nope. Denise, Carol, Adriana, no.
I mean, I have a laptop, but it's that's old. It works, but I'm not using it right now.
Okay. Does it work to do Zoom?
I think it does. It has
Okay.
Windows 10.
Yeah, Windows 10 Zoom is fine. Okay, let me explain. If you happen to have, like you do, an old laptop or an iPad or even another monitor that you have lying around somewhere in the house unused for some reason, then it's really easy to connect with that other laptop. Just go get the email that you got from me this morning, click on the link, and that laptop will connect to the class. Then you will connect with this Mac to the class, and you will be connected two times. You will see some students who join us are going to be here 2 times. What that means is that they watch like a TV screen on the old laptop, the class happening, and then you have your entire Mac to just do the class. And so if you can try to do that, like go find your laptop and bring it, I can help you set that up. Plan B, Denise and Carol don't have another laptop or another iPad. So then what's going to happen, we're going to have you all do it right now, which is the following. You need to make this screen showing Tahoe smaller so that you can keep watching me, but you then need to have your own screen available. So the first thing you need to do right now is hit the escape key on your keyboard, which is the top left key that says ESC. Much that won't be very obvious that anything happened, but now you are allowing, now by doing that, it's kind of disconnected from the edges of the screen. So now go ahead and put your mouse on the very edge of this screen that you see of mine showing Tahoe, and we'll go to the very edge, even when the mouse seems to disappear. Once you see it getting like a double-headed arrow, like it's turning, you can click and drag it in to make it smaller and not fill the whole screen. And you will then see your screen behind it. Is that working?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So then put me in some corner, like maybe a quarter of your screen or something. Enough that it's big enough that you can see when I share something, but that you can also then do it on your own screen.
So I press escape, right? And then
Yeah.
what?
Now, go with your mouse to the edge of the window that has my screen
Okay.
and touch it back and forth until you see your mouse turning into a double-headed sideways arrow. That lets you click and drag my screen and make my screen smaller.
I did.
It's not, this is, as I said, this is the hardest part of the whole class.
I mean, it has
Um,
like the little arrow, the line, and then the arrow again.
Yeah, so just
Oh yeah, I can. Yes, it's going. Yeah, I can make it bigger and small. Yes.
good. Make me small enough that you can still, if I say, go click on this, go click on that, you can kind of still understand what I'm showing, but that then you can do it yourself on your own screen. I want me more out of the way,
Hmm.
that you still see me. And this is the part that if you have another laptop, Adriana, you won't need to do this.
Yeah, I think I was just gonna turn on my other laptop.
Sure. But know how to do this as well. That way, while you're doing the other one, all of this is working. And then
Yeah.
Denise, it worked for you. You were able to kind of move me over a little bit.
Yeah.
Means that my screen is smaller now. But now when I say, okay, go in, open this, open that, click on that, click on this, you can then go and do that on your own. And that's how the class is going to go. I'll say, go click on this. And like, this is the system settings. I'll say, go and open your system
Yeah.
settings. And I'll do like that. And you'll open your, and I'll show you, oh, my system settings just appeared. Then you need to be able to open your own system settings. And then I'll say, okay, go click on, so general, and then you'll click on your general. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That it's parallel.
But your screen, it doesn't become that small.
Well, you can
Yeah.
you can make it from the right and from the bottom, or from the
Okay.
bottom corner, and then you can make it even smaller. Like, this is not the same thing, but like this window here that you're seeing right now that I just
Yeah.
opened,
Mm-hmm.
I can grab it from the side and make it
Oh,
skinnier,
okay. Got it.
or from the bottom and make it shorter, or from the corner and make it both smaller. And you
Okay.
can do that to my window, to the window of my Lake Tahoe. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, on the sides of the screen, there, on my side, I don't see the arrows. I can't make the screen smaller.
There's no arrow. You put your
I mean, the cursor or,
yeah, so this, say that this is Tahoe. It's
yeah.
at the edge of the window. It's really, really big. Let me just move this over so that I can show you what I mean. In your case, I mean, imagine that these letters are the word Tahoe. When it's to
Yeah.
the edge like that, you have to put your mouse and you'll barely see a little edge appearing, and that's when you
Mhm.
click and drag, right, to move it in. As I said, this is the hardest part. For some people, this is like the part that doesn't work. Carol, were you able to move me out of the way a bit? Because what doesn't work so much is if you have to look at me and then look at your screen. Look at me, look at your screen. That way it's harder. But if you can have me kind of hovering, kind of over there, showing you what to do, and then you can do it. Uh-oh, Bob, I think you have the sound on both. No. Okay, that's good. I was having an echo. Okay, I just stopped my share now.
No lo estés gritando
So
tanto.
now I'm not sharing my screen, but you should be seeing my face again and people's faces. Okay. So that's it. That's how it's gonna be. I'll be sharing something and you'll be doing it at yourself parallel. Carol, how are we doing? Were you able to do that?
Well, I have you and the other people, and then I've got black around and
Mm-hmm.
some other stuff on the right on black that came into my computer when people checked in. It's showing.
Yeah.
I should
That's
get
like
rid of
that's
that.
chat. Well, yeah, the chat, by the way, that's a good point. When you click on the chat one time, the chat appears, and then if you click on it again, it'll disappear. And then you'll only see a little bit of it. And that's a good idea to not have any real estate
So I
taken by
should
the chat.
close that.
Wait,
Okay.
Go ahead and
how do you close the chat?
so click on the word chat again and it opens or closes.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And that way, I mean, it's good to have it open if you're trying to say something to me and stuff like that, but it also occupies real estate. So click on it again and close it. When
It
I need
doesn't want to
it, when I
close. Jeez.
just click on the word chat at the bottom. And when you click on it one time, it opens. When you click on it one time, it closes.
If somebody wants to chat, will it pop up again?
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. Have it closed, and I'm gonna say hi there,
Okay.
and it appears right there over the
Oh,
word
I
chat.
see. Got it.
See that?
Okay.
So Carol, were you able to just click on the word chat one time to make it open and click on the word chat one time to close it?
Oh, I was trying to go by the X on the at the
No, not the X's. Unless you have it floating out there.
Okay, wait a minute.
Just
Now
go to
it's saying
the
remove from toolbar. Wait a minute. I don't want to do that, do I?
remove
You
from
mean
toolbar.
on the
No,
very bottom?
no. Just go to the bottom where you click the heart button to right or the word chat. Do you see that?
I have chat.
Okay, click on it one time.
It says remove from toolbar.
No, I think you're moving it or something. Just a simple click.
Okay.
Yeah, no, what you're clicking on is on the little arrow right next to it that says remove from toolbar. Don't click on the teensy arrow next to the chat. Click on the actual icon for chat. Not on that little arrow, but on the actual word chat or the little like speech bubble.
I keep getting the same
Beach
message.
bubble.
How about that little carrot thing?
Not, yeah, don't touch the carrot. That little carrot or little like an arrow, that's where you get the chat settings removed from toolbar. I don't want that. So click on that again to get rid of it. And then move your mouse a teensy bit to the left and just click on the word chat.
So click on the arrow again.
Not on the arrow. Ignore the arrow. Just click on the little speech bubble. And when you click on it one time, the chat opens up, and when you click on it one more time, it closes off. It's like a switch.
Uh,
Is that?
It keeps saying remove from toolbar. Shoot.
You must be clicking the little caret. So don't click on the little caret. Just
Do you-
like go to the C of the word chat and click on the C of the word chat.
Well, it's being
What
difficult.
kind of toggles?
It toggles, yeah, but not if you avoid the caret, like if you're clicking the caret and you toggle the caret, it turns on and off. The remove the toolbar appears or disappears. Removes appears or disappears. It's not happening for you? Go ahead.
No.
Here's the thing. The only problem with sharing your screen is Zoom doesn't share itself. I can help you with everything else on your Mac, but if she shares her screen, Zoom is transparent. So I can't help her with these buttons that are Zoom. That's why the beginning of the intro to the Mac class is the hardest because I can't show you the Zoom stuff. I
Oh.
can walk you through it. I can talk you through it. You know what I mean? But it's not as easy.
How about if I get rid of if I do the X and get rid of the chat messages?
Well, go ahead and give it a try and see if that works. And then go to the chat and see if it opens up again. Yeah.
I'm still getting the remove from toolbar business.
I'm not sure then what's happening. You're clicking on the C of the word chat, right? Not on the caret,
On the C.
and you still get the remove from toolbar. Then I don't know. Your Zoom is doing something weird. It's
Shall I
okay.
try the caret?
No, go ahead and leave it there. And if I say hi right now, and I just said hi, do you see the word hi?
Yep.
Okay. As long as you see the word hi, if the chat is still, I was hoping you could get rid of it to use less of your screen space, but oh well, you'll
Yeah.
just chat.
Okay. I'll
Let's
live with it.
live with the chat so we can keep going. All right. Oh, Adriana, good. Now hold on. You're showing up twice.
Yes, I took out my other laptop.
Perfect. We might have some sound issues.
Yeah,
Like
I'm just gonna mute this one. Can I mute it?
you go ahead and mute it. Sometimes muting is not enough, but we're not having many issues, so that's good. Sometimes we hear this big reverb, but
I don't know how to mute it. It wouldn't, I don't know.
I can mute you. There we go. I muted it.
Oh, great. Thank you.
All right. And now you can see me on that one, right? You can see the class happening on that one. And then
Yes.
on the Mac, you have everything to do the work with. So yay.
Yay.
Bob is here twice too, as you can see. And you'll see as other people show up. Now I'm concerned. I told people to show up at 9:45, didn't I? Or did I say 10 a.m.?
You said
Because
10.
10.
Oh, I said 10. Okay, I thought I had said 9:45. Oh, because then I looked at how many new people were and I thought, no, I'll need 10. But there's 3 new people, I'm looking at the roster, who are not here. So I hope they show up at 10. Maybe they think, oh, I've done Zoom, and they don't get that the issue was this other things about Zoom. But I hope they show up. Otherwise everyone else show up at 10. I was gearing for 9:45 and I'm like, okay, where are people?
I've been doing Zoom for a long time with friends, and I never knew half of this stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I say if you haven't in the message, I go, if you haven't done Zoom with me with using these tools, please come early. But a lot of people just go, oh, I've done Zoom. And then they come here and then I'll have to repeat all this part, but that's okay. You do your best, explain as much as you can, and then you just live with it. Oh, here comes Bob. Another Bob. There's 2 Bobs.
Different
Oh.
bar.
Not this Bob, but another Bob. Oh, but I let him in and he's not popping in. What happened? It got dropped. Oh, he's joining. Okay, this is another Bob. Which is interesting because Bob Moran is here twice and then Bob Debris, so we have 3 Bobs. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob, too. How are you doing? Can you hear me? Just so you know, you're muted. So if you're trying to say hi to me, I can't hear you. So, no, he dropped and is coming in again twice. Hey, Bob, can you hear me now? Oh, there you are. You're muted, so I can't hear you, but hi, nice to see you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't hear you, so unmute yourself so that I can hear you. Well, now you're showing up twice, and oh, there, I can hear you. now. Say something. Hi. Yeah, there you go.
Hi.
Hi, Bob.
He's in the
Ah.
I'm loving
studio.
this crap, this Apple crap.
Bob is a little bit of a grump around the things that don't work. I just want to warn you all. But then he
Oh, sorry.
learns it, and it's okay. But hey, but when you actually make it work, it's good, isn't it? So, all right. Anyway, it's fun to see you again, Bob.
Oh, thanks so much.
All right.
I'm curious, why, when there's two Bobs, does that mean there's two cameras?
No,
No, it's
that's
two
Bob on two
computers.
different computers. Just like now there's two Adrianas and there's two Bob Morans.
So
So,
that's a view from each computer?
yeah, and you don't have to have your
I'll kill it.
computer.
I'll kill
You
it
don't
in a
have to
sec.
have two from both. That's fine. But yeah, it gets confusing. So sometimes when people say yes, they say yes on just one computer, and then I'm looking at you at the other one, and I'm like, you didn't say yes, and you're like, yes, I did, but it's on your other computer. That's the only confusing part. But other than that, for the most part, it's the best way for you guys, for the users, to just watch me on one like a TV show and work on the other. So Denise, if you can ask for someone's old discarded computer that still kind of works around your house or your family members or friends, you might want to try that.
I have a giant, I don't see well, so I have a huge monitor, but I was afraid to do that today. I'm just on the
Oh,
laptop.
well, if you're on your laptop and you connect your monitor to your laptop, is that what you do? Then
Yeah, and then the arrow, but then I have to shut the laptop. So I thought, I just want to learn today. I don't
Oh,
want to get too
okay, no, but I
complicated.
can, yeah, I see what you mean. I can teach you how to use both monitor and laptop monitor, and then you see things on two different monitors, not mirrored, but differently. And then you can have me talking to you on one and you doing the
Wow.
work on another. So I can show you that, but
But maybe not now.
maybe not
Everyone's, you have another thing
now.
to teach us.
Well, I've got a few more minutes before 10 where people were invited to join. So this is a good time for catching up because now everyone knows how to share the Bob, do you remember how to share your screen? Do you need to practice that again?
Right. Let's see. I have to remember which computer to do it on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the main one that
The
you
one,
want,
the
right?
main one, the one where
Oh,
if you get stuck with something, you'll need help. That's the one you need to share. Yay, sharing. Cool. You did it. Now, just let me say that this window that says join meeting, you don't need anymore. So you can go and close it up from the top and get rid of it from like up here, top left. You can get rid of that
Oh.
window. Yep. Yep. And then you don't need my email anymore. If you want to get rid of that because you're already in the class. There you go. So perfect. I'm gonna stop your share. Awesome, you're there. And then Adriana,
Yes.
in general, it's fine because people have lives, things happen behind them. If it gets really noisy, you want to mute yourself and then unmute yourself when you talk. It's not noisy right now, but like some people have dogs that start barking. It's like, please, if you have a lot of noise behind you, just put the mute and then unmute yourself when you talk with me.
Okay. My son is the one who's being loud.
Yeah, that's no, exactly. And it's not an issue. It's right now.
Okay.
But since I heard him passing by, I just want to remind this happens to a lot of people. Somebody comes in and goes, hey, do you want coffee? They're offering to help. And it's like we all hear it. So if you have people around in the house and stuff, and so all it takes is muting yourself. But then when you speak to me, don't forget to
Okay.
unmute yourself.
That's
That's all. Okay.
okay.
Then let me see.
Well, I'll show you this real quick then. This is how I plug into my huge monitor. That
Yeah.
thing.
Okay. So give it a try, plug in, and then tell me something. Do you see exactly the same thing on both, or do you see different things? And then I'll know if you're mirroring or using it as a second monitor, because then that might be helpful for you.
When I shut this computer, when I flip it
Don't
down,
shut it.
then I see it. I see stuff.
Okay, so then don't shut it.
Yeah.
Plug it in, and then tell me what happens, because you can have both at the same time. You don't need to
Oh.
shut the small one.
It's completely black, And on the left, it has a little silver Mac, but on the top it says Apple, Zoom Workplace, Meeting View, Edit, Window Help.
Okay.
That's us.
So let's do this. I'm going to share my screen to show you something that you can try. Hold on. If you open your system settings, which is what I'm sharing right now, I'm going to show you something. Don't do it yet. Just watch. I have multiple monitors as well. And here, when I open my system settings on the left side of it, see how it says displays?
Well, I actually lost everything 'cause my mouse won't go back onto my little computer. The mouse only wants to go on the big monitor.
Okay, so before, okay, you're gonna unplug your monitor and you're gonna
Okay.
come over here and then let me just show you something and
Yeah,
then when
yeah.
you plug in, you can look at it.
Okay.
On the left side of your system settings, if you kind of scroll down a bit, you'll see the word displays. As you can see, I have my and it shows me that I have two displays. I have my built-in display for my Mac laptop, and then
Mhm.
I have another display. And see how I can click on one and I have information about one, and then I click on other one, I have information about the other one. So these are the two displays right now. This display means screen, okay? So when I click on this one, it's telling me how, this is my main display. It says here main display, built-in display, and I can handle it from there. But when I click on the second one, it's my extended display. And at this point, you can choose it to either mirror, which is not a good idea because then both screens show you the exact same thing, or extended or main. I don't want that one to be my main. I want it to be extended. And that's what you would have to change where it says use as extended, main, or mirror. So that would be what you have to do. If you get your second screen, your big one, to show as extended, then you can leave your laptop working and the second one will be like more display. And then you can put Zoom on one and work on the other. So I'm
Well,
going to stop my share.
I
See if you
click
can find any.
display. I click displays, but now I'm not sure where to click. It's
Okay,
like
click on
brightness.
displays and on the right. But now are you plugged in again or not? Because
Oh,
if you're
should I
not
plug in?
yeah, because
Yeah.
if you're not plugged in, it's
Okay.
just showing you one display, which
Sorry.
is your laptop.
Okay, here I
Plug
go.
in
Okay, got it.
and let's see if you can go see what the display says.
Ooh. It
It's
says
showing
brightness, true tone preset. When connected to TV, refresh rate. A range is down at the bottom.
okay, does it let you say use as extended display or main display?
Darn. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I
I
mean,
can't make it any bigger either.
10:03, and I don't know where everyone else is. So
There's like true preset. No. Refresh rate. When connected to TV, ask what to show.
yeah,
Brightness.
I just need to see if you can find the use as, that's all. To have it
Darn.
be extended. So what's happening right now? Is the top one black?
It's black, but it does have the Apple in the very top. It says system settings, edit view, and all that.
And when you close your laptop, everything appears on the top one, right? Which
But
I
I'm
guess
afraid to. If I close it, I'll lose you guys, right?
no, if it's
What?
what you said is that when you close your laptop, if it all shows up on the big one, the same thing will happen.
Should I try? I'm
Give it a
afraid.
try. If
Okay.
perchance you
Right.
lose us, which I'm pretty sure that by your description that you won't,
Okay.
then you go back to my email, click again, and join us again. It's not like
Okay. Here
not so
goes.
hard to join the class. So
I'm jumping in the
Right.
deep water.
Go
okay.
ahead.
And now suddenly we'll lose her and she'll be like, see, I was right. And she froze. So
Oh, no.
yeah, she froze.
Okay, I saw you guys and I can
oh.
hear you guys, but you can't see me because there's no camera on the plain old
Oh,
monitor.
that's important. Yeah. No, it's okay. It's not so important. It's not so important for us to see you, however nice it is to see people's expressions, because then I know if they're desperate or happy or understanding. But it's more important that you see the class where you can, see it. If you need to use the big TV, go ahead and close us.
Okay, I'm going to close it once
But
more.
but the thing is that you should be able to use both. That's the part that I'm not sure why you're not able to use both as extended display, because that's the whole point of a second monitor is to see on both sides. But it doesn't matter. If
But
you
if
need
it
to
doesn't have
close
a
it,
camera, I mean, is it spying on me? Does it have a little eye?
no, if you don't have a camera on the big one, there's no camera. So if
That's
you
a-
close this one and we stop seeing you, speak to see if I
Okay,
can still hear you. That's what matters to me, that I can still hear.
okay, here I go.
Okay, go ahead. This kind of freezes that in that in between space. That's interesting. Can you say something now? Because you said you can hear us. You know what? No, I know what's up. No, no, no. You have to open again. If it doesn't have a camera, it probably doesn't have audio either.
Okay,
Yeah. So
I
that's
better
gonna
stick
be
with
a
it
problem.
here.
You're still hearing us through the closed laptop because of the audio is still running, but your monitor, but it isn't picking you up because it's closed. So the plan B is to buy a little webcam, which doesn't cost much, which is what I have on mine, and attach it to your computer, but that's more stuff. So
No,
ideally,
no, you helped me a lot.
at
I better stick to this and
this
keep
point, let's
moving.
stick with what we have.
Well,
But
thanks for trying.
look into, I'll see if I can find some articles on how to help you. So it's a TV. From what you described, it's not a monitor, it's a TV. And
Ah,
it's a TV, you know how you started reading the stuff that it said, and it's a TV, which is fine. You can connect TVs to your computers, but it acts a bit different than if it's an actual monitor. So
did
that's
I
what.
just buy a real monitor, but that's big?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
just says monitor.
Yeah, display, monitor, screen. They're
Okay.
not they're they're not that as easy to find because people go, oh, okay, I didn't know that, like you're saying. Or there's high end because they're for design, but there's some big monitors that are cheap. Even I was looking at Costco has some monitors. They used to have many more. Now most people um have TVs and stuff like that, but it's
Well, yeah, I do design. I work on music and I could use that. So when
all
I
right,
go
so
and
send
look
me
on
an email and I
Amazon,
can look for some screens or something, and I can send you some links or something like that.
so if I
Send,
go to Amazon, it just says monitor.
yeah, monitor, TV display. Yeah,
Okay, that's it. Thanks.
you're welcome. Check
Okay.
out what display or computer monitor and
Okay.
things like that to give it more specificity. All right, guys, make sure that it's compatible with Apple. That's the only thing. Some cheap monitors, which are fine as a second monitor, aren't compatible with Apple. Make sure that it runs on
Okay.
iOS. All right, guys, I give up. It's 10:08. Looks like we're the class. Um, I don't know where everyone else is. I will send another reminder. They're on vacation. But let's get going. And I'm going to email again the new people who are on the roster who aren't here because
Good idea.
normally they send back an email. I'm away for a week. I'll be there next week or something, but I heard nothing from them. So hopefully, and if not, it's great. We're a small class and life is good. Here's the thing. When you let me open my screen and share and let you know that the one class that truly does need students, and I'm going to ask you to consider signing up for it, starts next week. So these are the classes I teach this summer. You're in the Intro to the Macintosh class. As you can see, there's 18 people signed up, and I don't know, those 18 people are right now. Mac level 1, which will start the moment this one finishes, and then
Mhm.
Mac level 2, which starts the moment that one finishes, right? So that's great. That pretty much goes through to August 8th. But next week, we start with Living the iLife. Living the iLife only has 16 people. I need a couple more people for them to not cancel the class. And Living the iLife is all about how to use photos. Photos, your camera, your phone, your computer, your iPad if you have one, okay? So that class is only on Tuesdays, and it comes after this class. So for
Okay.
people who spend the morning with me in this class, then you at 1:30 to 4:45 would take that one. Let me go ahead and put the CRN here for living the iLife is there. I'm going to stop my share right now. So if you have, if what you want to know is how to do anything with your images, with your videos, that is the class that I address that in. And for some people, it's too much to be in class all day. So then that's fine, but you can maybe spend half the day in the class and then catch up. Because one thing I haven't told you yet, Adriana and Denise don't know, is that I am recording this class. You might
Oh,
have been
no.
warned. You might have been warned when it started. That recording is available only to you students, not like to the world. So don't worry. But if you have to miss a class or take, have a doctor's appointment, you can only do half of it. Oh, someone new is showing up. Hello. Hi, Thea.
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
No, that's fine. Nice to meet you. What it says here Thea Van Tonder,
Yes.
but on the roster it says Cornelia. Is that which name do you want to
The
go by?
name is Cornelia Dorothea Van Tonder, but people call me Tia.
Oh, Cornelia Dorothea. Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
Dorothea.
wonderful. Perfect. And as long as the last name is there, which it is, then we'll call you Tia. And I'm gonna make a note here
Thank
for me
you.
to know that you are. Hold on, let me go into the roster. Dorothea and Thea. Okay, cool. Well, nice to meet you, Thea.
Sorry I'm late. I never got the Zoom link from you on my email. That's why I had a little trouble this morning. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. Actually, let me say something. Your email bumped back to me. I send you email to two places, to the pipeline, which you got it because pipeline works, but you might not know how to get pipeline.
That's
And
right.
then I sent it to the email that you had here, which is a Yahoo email, and I got it kicked back saying
Oh,
that it
that one
doesn't
is
exist.
no longer there. I updated everything, but it seems like it didn't happen.
I'll show you where to update it, but can you please give me your correct one so that you'll get the link again on Thursday?
Yes.
So what is your correct email?
Tia Van Tonder, lowercase, TheaVantonder 69 at gmail.com.
Hold on.
Manuel.
.com. Thea Van Tonder 69 at gmail.com. Okay, great.
Correct.
So now I will be able to add you to the email, but the important thing is for you to change it at the school level.
I will do that.
Because otherwise you will never get anyone's
Yeah.
any teacher's emails. You know what I mean? But let me put that in there. So I'm so glad you managed to figure it out.
Thank
and
you.
join us.
Took me 1 hour.
How did you get it? Like, what did you end up doing?
I called. I just figured it out by myself. Went to
You called them
Pipeline.
and they gave you the
Yeah.
link. Okay.
But they didn't update it when I enrolled. I've been enrolled in a couple of classes, but I don't want to waste your time. So please carry on with the class.
Yeah. So here's what matters, because I have been I emailed twice. I emailed, I don't know, 4 days ago, and then I emailed this morning again.
Yeah.
And I have more stuff that I'll be emailing you guys. So it's important, because this isn't official. This is just me. But then once the new roster arrives, this will be erased. So I'm going to save it somewhere else. But
Okay.
I'm going to show you at some point now, I'm going to be showing everyone how to go get those recordings and the handouts and all that. And in that moment that I show you that, I'll pinpoint to you, Thea, where to go change your email address.
Thank you.
Okay, because that's
Okay.
part of it, it's in the same area, and I can show you
Okay.
that, and that's the official place to change it. Okay.
Thank you.
Do we go to Pipeline to sign into the second class?
Yes.
Okay.
Go to Pipeline to sign into the second and the third and the iLife.
I life.
Living the iLife. I was just saying, Thea, a second ago that I'm teaching a class about how to handle all your photos on your phone, on your computer. That starts next week. And so that's the one she's asking about. But
I
also,
will look into that. Thank you.
so I was we just finished the portion where I explained people how to kind of handle the Zoom class. So I'll ease you into it. I'm so glad you're here, and I want to make sure that you can follow the class. But I'm also going to start with the class itself. But let me just say something. Have you ever shared your screen on Zoom before?
Yes, I have, but not
Okay.
on this Mac, on a regular HP. That's my
Ah,
problem.
which is the point, because you know
Yeah.
how I mentioned Windows computers, they just let you share. They don't care about your
Yes.
privacy.
Yeah.
But on the Mac, you have to run through some hoops. So
Yes.
since we already, the rest of us did it, do you mind? Let's practice this so we can help you change all the settings, and then
Yes.
we'll get ready. So go ahead, and the bottom of the screen, the Zoom screen, you should see all the buttons, participants chat. Do you see the one that says share?
Yes, I do.
Okay, click on that share button one time. Right. Then on the next screen that you're seeing, on the bottom, it says share again. Click on that share.
Allowed to share window? That one?
Yeah. Oh, no, Denise, that's you, not Thea. So I'm going to stop your share because you did.
I was practicing, but I didn't know how to get out of that. Sorry.
Yeah. But the problem is that only one person can do it at the same time.
Okay, okay.
And
good to
then
know.
that takes over Thea from doing it. She'll be saying for her, you can't share, someone else is sharing.
Can
Okay.
I share this window?
Yeah, go ahead and say share and then share again. And it worked. So I guess you were actually already did. Now, notice that hers is sharing a little bit differently. We're not seeing her screen. We're seeing her zoom of me. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna,
Yeah.
it's a bit different. So I'm gonna
Wow.
stop your share, and I'm gonna help you share a bit differently. So now you're not sharing anymore with us. Now you're at me again. So now click on the first share again. Okay. And now you have a white screen, right? And in that white screen, it has some choices. And at the top left, it should say entire screen. Do you see that?
I'm just allowed to share screen. Yeah, entire screen or a window. That's right.
Okay, so click on entire screen and then go ahead and say share again.
Okay.
And let's see if now we can get your desktop. And does it say something like go to system settings?
No,
Tell
nothing.
me what it says. You need to tell me,
Oh,
because this part I
I
can't
only
see.
see you and there's no little window for me to click on at all.
Okay, so at the bottom, it doesn't say share again?
Okay, wait, let me just go down again. Oh, I can't even move you. I don't know why you are frozen now.
Hmm. Sometimes there's some issues with the share, and I'm trying to make
Yeah.
sure that I can get you to share. So bye, Julie. Feel better. Oh, I wish I could send you some warm tea or something. So drop.
I've been drinking lots.
Okay, feel better.
Yeah, see you Thursday. Thank you.
I hope to see you Thursday. Take care. Okay. So Thea, let's start from the beginning. Since I don't know what you're doing, I can't help you. So
Uh,
let's start again from the beginning, and then just tell me each window you see before trying something. Just tell me this appeared, and then I can walk
Okay.
you through it. Okay.
I see you nice and clear, but I cannot move you, to go to the bottom of your screen. So
Okay. So are you in the share button already? You already clicked
I
share
think
one
so. I
time?
see other faces at the top.
Okay. So let's do this. First, because the way you shared the first time worked, you shared your screen, but you shared your vision of me. And what I need to see is your desktop. In fact, let me just show you for a second. Denise, can you, since you were practicing, do it again? Let me just show you. When Denise shares, go ahead and share your screen
Okay,
as a
one moment.
practice. Share
Yes.
and then share again.
Oh,
See
there
how
you go.
we're seeing her desktop. This is
Yes,
her
yes.
computer. This is
Yeah.
what
What
we
a,
need to
a
see.
huge mess.
Well, that's fine. That's why you're in this class. You will see that I will address the mess. I will address the mess. And
Oh.
you will end up with a cleaner computer, trust me. But that's what we need to see from you, Thea. And when you shared, what we saw was me speaking.
Yeah,
We saw the Zoom being shared, and then that doesn't
exactly.
let me help you with your screen. So
Mm.
that's the choice we need to figure out how to make. So now, go ahead and see from the bottom of all the buttons, participants, chat, react. Click on the share button once and then tell me what you see next.
I'm so sorry, Diane. I can't move my screen.
It's frozen. It's completely
It's
frozen.
frozen. It's just frozen.
Okay, then the only thing I can think of is for you to actually leave Zoom and connect again if it's
Okay.
frozen. But wait, is your Zoom is frozen or is your whole Mac?
No, you are not frozen. I see the other people. But if I want to go down underneath your face, you know, there's the little icons. I want to go there and I just can't get there.
Can you click on the other icons, the little heart react?
No, I can't see the icons at all. It's cut off and I can't move you so that I can't.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's
hit the
weird.
escape. Can you hit the escape key, top left key of your keyboard? The escape key.
You know, it's not becoming red. I can't do that.
Okay, so then just go ahead and leave. Let's see if the leave button. But do you have a link somewhere? You know how to get back in now.
It should be on my email like I got in, so I should find it.
Okay, go ahead and leave and then click on the link again and join us again.
Okay, I hope I can do it. Otherwise, I don't want to waste your time. I will try my best, but I can't even leave this screen.
Wow.
So this is now, yeah, I can't leave the screen. I can just close the page.
Go ahead and see if you can close the page. See if that makes a
Nope,
difference.
nope.
Okay, so then last resort, can you go up to the very top of your Mac screen and find the apple? Do you see an apple at the top left of your
Nope.
screen?
No,
Okay.
I can share entire screen, top right-hand corner. Shall I try that?
Yes, try that.
Yes.
Tell us what you
Now,
Okay,
that's what
now,
I didn't know. I can see
Okay.
everything. Okay,
now
thank
you
you.
can see everything. All right, phew. And it's all moving and it's all like live.
Everything is moving. I can move you. I see all the little icons. I'm thinking I'm in business.
Okay, now let's try the share one more time then. Go down to the share button.
Okay, I've got the share button open.
Okay, now on the top left, you have selected the entire screen. Top
Allow
left.
to share screen is what I'm going to click on.
Tell me again how to share.
There's allow to share window, allow to share screen.
Yes,
Don't allow.
say okay, allow. Okay. All right. Then on the top left, on the bottom, there's another button that says share.
Now it froze again. Oh,
How can it?
darn it.
Doesn't
I
it?
just-
It's not setting you to the settings.
Nope, nope, nope. The settings are like gray, not bright. I'm going
Okay,
back to
I'm
share
gonna
entire
just.
screen.
Oh, wait. Here you are. But
Yeah.
again, you're sharing the Zoom. So you know what? I'm gonna give up for now. I'll look into
Okay.
how to this. I'm gonna stop your share. No. Wait a minute. I see your screen behind this. Hold on. Hold on.
Ooh.
Hold on. I think I know what's happening. You're not on
You screen
Zoom.
sharing.
Yeah, I'm seeing your screen. I see what's happening. You're not on the Zoom app per se. You're on Safari as a
Yeah,
Zoom.
I just got in as fast as possible. I saw it
Yeah.
on my email and I just linked in and said go straight instead of going out to find the Zoom app and all
I
of that.
see. Which is fine, which is what's happening because you are in Safari and you're opening a Safari window,
Mm.
which is how you're in the class. So that's why you can't show your screen. Let's do this. Let me just show you something. Can you see over here where I
Ye-
just put a green circle over the
Yes, yes, yes,
okay,
yes.
click on this middle one.
The
This
middle one. Okay.
middle for a second to minimize.
Okay.
Click on
I
that.
did it and now you're
Okay.
gone.
So now I'm gone, but I see your screen, which is all
Okay.
of this Tahoe, and this is you. I
Okay.
can see that. Can you click down here on this icon, which is the Zoom icon? Can you click on that for a second?
Gosh.
On the dock, down here,
Yeah.
that, can you put your mouse all the way down there and click on that?
Yeah, but I don't see the Zoom icon.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's the Zoom, or is not the Zoom? No, that's a different thing. What is this?
The Zoom is bright blue.
Yeah, Zoom. I know what it looks like,
So
but
keep
I
going
don't
to the
see
right.
it.
What's this one? Can you hover over this one that do you see the green marking that I made? Or do
No,
you
no,
not?
I don't see anything. I've got my own screensaver here.
Okay.
So can I go back
That
to
one. Can
those?
you hover? Okay, stop for a minute. Move to the
Okay.
left, and I'll tell you when to stop. Keep moving
Okay.
a little bit over the. Okay, stop, 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 stop. Go to the right, like 5 icons. Keep going to the right. Keep going to the right. Keep going like 5 more. 5. Okay, 1, 2. Keep moving. 2 more. 2 more, and 1 last one. I want to know what it says.
Join meetings,
That's to
that one.
join meetings. Click on that for a second.
Log into your Zoom account.
That's what's happening. You have a weird setup for your. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't need this right now. And it's okay. But what you're gonna have to do is, yeah, you can click this here is gonna bring you back your Zoom. So keep going to the right and you'll bring back your Zoom.
Okay, I'm going to do this.
Click on
This
that one
one.
again and then brings me back and you'll see me again. Click on that one time. Yeah. So that brings me back. So now I'm going to stop your share. I know what's happening. I'm going to stop the share. What I'm going to have you do, and if you didn't get my email, I will send it again. But at the bottom of the big welcome email with all the information, it has information on how to get tech support from
Okay.
City College. I'm going to
Okay.
ask you after class to
I will call.
I need to send it to you again because you have it, but you don't have it. Because
Okay.
you don't know how to get to your pipeline account. And in that email, you will see instructions and call them and tell them that you need to be able to share your screen and you need to access the meeting in the regular Zoom way and not the way you're doing it, not inside of Safari. You
Okay.
need to
I
access
will.
it as a separate app and they'll help you. Okay?
Thank you.
Because
Thank
you're
you.
accessing it as a window inside of Safari, which is a browser,
Yes.
and thus
Yeah.
it's its own little universe and doesn't allow the whole share.
Okay.
So
Okay.
anyway, I'll
Can I follow
leave
the
it at
class
that for
just
now.
like this?
Yes, you can totally follow the
Okay.
class today. If I need you to share, I'll figure something out. But
Okay.
by Thursday, hopefully you'll be a bit straightened
I
out.
will be ready by Thursday.
All right. Thank you everyone else for the patience. It's not like
I apologize, everybody.
we're fine. And one more thing, one last thing. I want everyone to practice the yes and the no so that Thea sees it. And so I'll teach it to her, which is, are you ready to start with a class? If so, give me a yes. And then Thea, you'll see lots of little yeses appear. And that is, they're going to the react button, which is next to the share. You see a heart? Can
Yes,
you click
react.
on that heart? Okay. So somewhere midway down on the left side, you'll see a little check mark with a green dot with a green check mark. You see
Yes,
that?
I see it.
Click
Yes.
on that one. That means, yes, I'm ready to start with the class. Great.
Yay.
And then if you're not, then you go to the one next to it, which is the red X.
Okay.
And then one thing I didn't show anyone else, so Adriana, Denise, everyone who needs a reminder on Zoom, is that under those two, there's one that says raise hand. Go ahead and click on that one, you guys, and raise your hand.
Okay. That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah. So here we go. When people raise their hand, I don't know if you noticed, but people's order changed. In
Oh.
order of how quickly you raise your hand. And right now, Denise lowered hers,
Oh,
and
wow.
now she's not even in the queue. And now Adriana is the first. So when you
Oh.
raise your hand and you have a question for me, and I'm in the middle of talking, and you're like, okay, you have a question,
Oh,
just raise that hand, and then you'll move to the top left for me. I'll say, hey, Adriana, what's your question? And I'll take you in order of arrival. So then
Wow.
Adriana will ask me her question, and then when she's done, we'll lower her hand. And then I'll go, okay, who's next? And that's why you want to keep your hand raised until I answer your question. And then it'll be like, okay, we're done. Now it's Bob, and so on and so forth. Okay. So that's the raise hand situation. But it does eliminate the yes or the no. So it's either yes, no, or raise hand. You can't have a raised hand and a yes or no. So when I'm asking for yeses or nos, give me your yeses or nos.
Put it on there,
And
Manuel.
then if you have a question that you want to ask me in the midst of me talking, then raise your hand. And I might not immediately go, yes, Thea. I'll just go, da, 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 da. All right, Thea, what's your question? You know what I mean? So it's not like it's automatic. I'll just wait until, oh, hi, Adriana. Who's that cute guy behind you?
That's it, Emmanuel.
Hola, Manuel. How are you?
Hola.
Uh,
Are you going to learn about the Mac as well?
Okay.
it's muy divertido.
I'm gonna go watch some TV, Mom.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
TV is much more fun than. Okay. I agree with
does-
him. Manuel.
How does Adriana's camera follow her wherever she goes?
Oh, that's a feature that you can choose when you
Oh.
have a new computer. And I didn't even notice you was doing it. Can you do that, Adriana? Can you move to the left and to the right? Yeah, your camera. Look at that.
Oh, it
It's a
always does
feature-
follow me. I did
Yeah.
not know that. Yeah, this
We
is the
saw
first
you
time
go in the
I
door over there.
in my new computer.
The new computer where you can do it, and it's part of the Mac where you can have the window set up so that you're always in focus. Yeah, there we go. Well, not always in focus, to the limit of what the camera can move, right? But yeah, it is now looking for her. It's like, oh, where's the person? Oh, there's a person. Ah, it's found you. Oh, and then it comes down. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But if you don't want it, you can turn that feature off. But I hadn't noticed. Thank you for pointing it out. Good observation there. So when we go to the settings, I can show you where you can set that up if your computer can do it. It needs to be a pretty newish computer for that to happen. Carol, is your hand still up from the exercise, or is that a question?
oh.
No, but see, that's me responding to a raised hand. Now you can lower it by going there and saying lower hands, or I can lower it, which I will,
Oh, I
have
did.
to do right now too. There we go. All right, guys. First of all, and I'm never a proponent of buying computers when the one you have is working for you. So I'm not telling you have to go buy a new computer, but who is in the market for a new computer? Who would like to buy a new computer? Is there anyone here who's in that situation? Bob. Okay. Anyone else? No. All right. And I'm just asking this because a lot of the times when we start this class, we're going to be talking about operating systems, about computers and stuff like that. And there's an explanation about what you can or not. Hold on. If I'm not looking at you, is because I'm actually looking at my other computer where I am pulling up, because for some reason this morning I just cannot. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. Give me a second, because a student is asking me for the link for this class because they joined this morning and I didn't know, so they're trying to get in. So give me a second and let me do that.
Oh, thank God, that cheese didn't get so.
Here's a link. Let me find the
Some orange juice in the fridge.
Zoom link for today's class. Here it is. That's good to know she'll be joining us, but I hope she hasn't given up on looking, because I just saw it. And I don't know if she'll get it in time. But anyway, there it is. I just sent her a link. Okay, there we go. I just was going in here to do something else and I saw her email saying, send me the link. I'm trying to get in. Okay, So, so the new, the reason I'm, okay, backtrack to what I was saying. People who are looking for a new Mac, there's a new Mac on the market, which is amazing.
Oh, no.
I've had for years, I've been saying there's only this or this or this, and I'm not someone who's selling around. But Bob, have you heard about the Neo?
Yes, I did. Yeah, but I don't want that.
Neo, N-E-O.
I want the
Yeah.
Mac Mini. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a Mac Mini that I just bought last year. I'll tell you about that. And for anyone who's looking for, it's amazing. Apple doesn't make low-end computers. Apple doesn't make cheap computers, for better or for worse. But the Mac Mini is a very good price and very powerful. And I've always had only the most powerful computers, and I actually bought a Mac Mini last year, and I'm very happy with it. And they just came out with the Neo, which is a laptop that is ridiculously powerful. So it's it has its drawbacks and everything, but if you are looking to upgrade, it was always like, oh, it's such a big output of money. But there's actually for $600, you can get a really good laptop. So again, I'm not selling it. And then by the time you shush it up with stuff, suddenly it's not so cheap anymore. But it is the first time there's an affordable laptop coming out of the Mac world. And again, the only reason I'm mentioning it is because as we speak about operating systems and stuff like that, we're such a small class today. We might actually all be on the same page, which is good. We'll find out in literally a few minutes. We're going to start with that. But for people who are struggling with an old computer that I always go, well, you really don't have to update. We'll make it work with what you have. There's two options in the market right now from Apple, which was never before, that are actually affordable-ish. And they work much better than that level of computer would work if it's a PC. So if you're thinking about it, I can help you with that. So yeah, Bob, if you're looking at a Mac Mini, we can talk about that. But I'm not here to sell you computers. I'm here to talk about operating systems, what computers can do or not do, how they work, and then as you hear all these things, you might make decisions for yourself whether you need to upgrade or not. I am the person who has, a 20-year-old car, as long as it takes me where I need to go. So I'm not someone who wants to upgrade because it's the latest, newest, most sparkly thing. But there is a point where the computer doesn't do what you need to do anymore. And at that point is where it's like, okay, maybe I'll be in the market again for something. And so we'll find out what those things are. And some of you might have gone, ooh, I want my monitor computer to follow me, like we just discovered Adriana did, and you're like, maybe that's a reason to buy a new one. And obviously that's not a reason, I hope, for anyone to choose to buy a new one. But it's things like that you'll discover that you go, oh, mom, okay. And you start putting them in the maybe not good reasons, or yeah, good reasons. And at some point, you go, okay, oh, Carol, your computer's following you too. Yeah, Carol, it's doing it. Now it's backing up because it can't find you.
What if
And
you
then when
just
you
clean
come,
the house and you don't
Carol,
want to see it?
whenever Carol comes back, she's not hearing me. You see how her computer did? I have not noticed that, Denise, until you mentioned it. And, okay, everyone, do like this. Let's see if your computer's doing it. Okay, not for Thea,
No.
not for Bob. Carol,
What?
it's doing it for you. We're doing what it's doing for Adriana. You just moved away, and the camera tried to capture you and follow you until finally it couldn't anymore, and then we just saw your room.
It did?
Yeah,
Oh,
move to the left and to the right. Do like this. And now
no. You
move
saw all
completely
my
to the
junk.
left. There it is. Yeah, we see your junk, but we also see you with your smiley face in the middle, and that's all that matters.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
gosh.
following you. Because Carol bought a new computer last year. And so
Wow.
she's struggling with that because she took my classes many years ago. She had an old computer until finally it stopped working for her. She bought a new computer last year, and now she's here trying to figure that new computer out.
Because
So
I'm getting old.
well, I hadn't seen you for many years. She was doing great. And then one day she appeared in classes again saying, I have a new computer. But there
How
you go.
old is old? 2020?
Oh, listen to you.
Well, I'm going to show you in my handouts. I have a whole list of, it's not about how old is old. It's a combination of operating system, model and year where a computer for one model can be newer than another one that's older, but the older one has more capabilities than the newer one. So it's not necessarily how old it is, right? 2020, we're in 2026 is a 6-year-old computer, which if it were a PC, it would be struggling heavily. But if it's a Mac, it's still going strong, but it can't do some of the things that the newer ones can do. That's all. And Denise, we're looking at your computer again, but see, in fact, she's showing exactly what I'm about to show you all to do.
Oh, okay, I'll take it away.
So, no, but it's funny because this is exactly what I'm going to have everyone do right now. So you just did it and shared automatically, but she's showing where you can find out how old your computer it is. And so let me give your example since you're using it, because I was going to show you mine. She just opened up the About This Mac. Can you go and point how you did that? Go to the Apple. Everyone go to the top left of your screen, top left of your screen and find your Apple icon.
Can you see the arrow?
Yeah, I can see you. Go to the top left of your screen, Apple there, and click on that. And then click on it and can you click on it and hold it? And then pull
click it in.
down the About This Mac, which see your screen is not sharing your monitor to me. And when you do About This Mac, this little window will pop up. Oh, here comes Dorothy that I just sent her the link. Oh, how cool. It worked. Hi, Dorothy. Can you hear me? I'm so glad you got the link. I happened to go to the email for something totally different. I was looking for the name of the new computer. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
There you go. I went to the computer to show the name of the new Neo and I saw your email and I sent you the link. I didn't know if you'd be there. So welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you're here. All right. And Thea, you just joined with a second device?
Yeah, no. I went to the Apple and then I lost you and I had to rejoin the Zoom. So
Oh, so now you're joined as a regular.
yeah, but I will figure the Zoom and the portals, I will figure that out before next Thursday.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, but I think this time you joined as a regular Zoom user. Anyway, so the person sharing her screen right now, which is Denise, is showing really small, depending on how much you can see it, showed you how to get to this window. And in her case, it's showing her that she has a MacBook Pro, and then underneath it says chip, Apple M1 Pro, memory 16 gigabytes, and so on and so forth. And the last choice says Mac OS, and it says Tahoe 26.1. Can you see that?
Yes.
So these are all the things that matter about her computer. The model, what it looks like right here. You have a little picture of it. The chip, and what I want you to look at right now is what Mac OS you have. Mac operating system. Mac OS is Tahoe 26.5.1 is the one that she's showing. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's important information that I want you to either write it down or remember that you're in Tahoe, for example, right? And the 26.5.1 or 6.1, I can't tell, it's so tiny. That's something we're going to talk about now, what that means as far as operating systems. I want everyone to write in the chat right now. So now I'm going to stop your share and I'm going to share mine. And in my share, I'm going to show you, if I go up to the Apple, do you see that I can see how a menu is pulling down? Do you see
Yes.
the menu? Because on hers, we couldn't see the menu. And the very top choice is About This Map. So you have to go to that Apple and go to About This Mac. Click on that. And then this little window will show up. If your window is very different from this one, that means you're on an older operating system. So let me know.
That's
But
you, M1?
this is Apple
Oh.
M1 Pro.
That's
16
you.
gigabytes. Yeah, this is me, which is very similar to yours, in fact. But notice that it also tells me what year the computer is from right here. And hers was so small I couldn't read it. So this is a MacBook Pro from 2021. And it's an Apple M1. This is the chip, 16. And then down here I have Tahoe 2631A. That that's the information I need from you guys. I want you to go to the chat now, and I'm going to write, I have a MacBook Pro from 2021, and I'm using Tahoe. And right now, the fact that it's 26.3.1a is not so important, but see how I just wrote that in the chat and it appeared over there in the chat? I want you guys to go and tell me that information. The type of computer, the year, and the operating system. The chip is important. There's other things that are important, but right now that's what I want you to write in the chat of each one of your computers, okay? So
where do we find the year?
I'm going to stop my share. Yours doesn't have the year?
It's really faint. You can hardly see it.
Really faint. Under the name,
Mm.
you should see a really faint, and I couldn't see it on Denise's, but I was showing it to you on mine, but it's kind of light gray. Were you able to see it now? Otherwise, if you want to share your screen, we can see.
Let me
It
try to
might be
share my
that there's some
screen.
versions where it's not showing. Right under the model. What model? Let me see. Yeah, so there it is. It says MacBook Pro. And then it has, I'm circling it, a little gray area there that says the year. And it's, I know, in your case, it says 14-inch M5. It doesn't have the year. Oh, how interesting. Now, this is a very new computer, guys. Her chip is M5. Mine is
this
M1.
really, yeah, I just got it like maybe 5 months ago.
Yeah. So it's interesting. They stopped saying the year. And I'll tell you why. It's interesting because the year that a computer is made has been important because they release them early or late. And sometimes an early 2021 can't do what a late 2021 can do. Oh, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She went and clicked on the more information, and so she went into the system settings. But still, the year is not there. It still doesn't say the year. Okay, well then that's good to know that the newer computers don't show the year. See, I learn stuff all the time from you guys. Okay, so I'm stopping the share for a minute. But you're right, the year wasn't there. And oh well. I'm looking at, so go ahead and put the chip and the operating system. So now we have Bob with the Tahoe MacBook Pro 24.
Is it
And
24 inches, your screen, Bob?
that's
No,
what I'm
that's
wondering.
2024.
Is that the year?
Oh,
2024?
darn.
Okay.
Oh,
And operating system Tahoe. Okay. And then Bob, it's a Tahoe 26.3.1, 8 gigs iMac, chip M1 from 2021. Then you have Denise has an M1 Pro, Mac OS 26.5.1, which is very similar to mine, but you said yours was 2020, right, Denise?
yeah.
Okay,
It said
so
that.
that's a good example of her and my computer seem to have the same chip and it's the same model, but hers is 2020, mine's 2021, which means when I go show you the handout where you can look and see the updates, it will be probably at some point, it'll be, even though it's the same model, same everything else, when the operating system can't be updated anymore, it'll be like 1 year behind. Like it'll not be able to update 1 year sooner than mine will. Does that make sense? Even though we have the same level computer, so to say, but it was made 1 year earlier, and thus there might be a time when there's a line that Apple draws when it says, okay, these can't be updated anymore, right? And so it falls on one side or the other, not so much from the details, but from the year it was made. So it's interesting now that for Adriana in the newest one, they don't have the year. So how are they going to draw the line on what can or not be updated is interesting. I'm going to look it up. I've never had anyone share a computer that was new enough that was happening. So that's new to me too.
Did they update automatically?
No, that's what we're gonna start talking about in a minute. But my computer I bought last year. When did I buy it? I don't remember now what month I bought it, but mine still says the year. Mine says Mac Mini 2024, but I bought it last year. But see, I bought it last, it's interesting. I bought it last year and it's a 2024, so I bought an old one. They sent me, I bought it new, but I got an old version, which sometimes happens. They have them stacked in some shelf.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
So it's really a 2024 when I actually got it last year. I didn't get it last year. I got it early this year. And I got it 2024. I have never noticed that.
Fraud.
I bought it early this year, not last year. Interesting. Okay. I don't, we're in, God, now I'm curious. Maybe it was last year. Time
Oh,
is one of
boy.
those things that don't like sit in my brain well. At some point I bought it and it's a year older than what I thought it was. Okay. And then okay, so the important thing is the operating system. Everyone is in Tahoe except for Carol. Carol is in Sequoia.
Again, damn.
Has everyone answered? Do I have everyone's answers here? Yeah.
I didn't. I'm
Yeah,
not
no.
getting out of the screen before I got everything settled. Otherwise, I have to go and log in again. So I'm just
Okay.
listening. I'll do it
So
on my
on
own
the
time.
top left of your screen, oh, here comes Mary. Oh, people are showing up. I was like, where are people? So
Hello, Diana.
hi, Mary. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Welcome back. How was your trip? You had a good
It
one?
was a wonderful trip. Oh,
Good.
let's
I'm
talk about
glad
it.
you
And those
enjoyed.
of you who take my photos class, you will see lots of photos from my amazing 7-week
I
adventure.
signed up for that too. Yeah, I signed up for a
Good.
bunch of classes.
But I had a question that I was asking Thea, so hang in there, Mary. Thea, do you see on the top left of your screen the apple? This usually shows
Yeah.
up even if
Now,
you're in,
this is on my, not on this screen of Zoom, but outside of it. I went there.
yeah, and when you
I
say
can-
about this Mac,
Yes, but then you disappear.
oh, because you have the,
Yeah,
but
oh,
just
I've got it.
check about this Mac,
Yeah.
write
13
it
inch
down,
MA
and then,
2025. I've got all the Tahoe 26.5. I have 16 GB. I got all that info.
okay, so you have that. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a 2025 your computer, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
And what kind did you say?
MacBook Air.
MacBook Air. Okay, good. So that's the only MacBook Air that's showing up here. Although, Adriana, it doesn't say what your computer is. It says 14. Oh, yeah, where I saw it, it's a MacBook Pro. Okay, good. Now, this is good news because those of you who have, there's never been a class where someone isn't in a operating system that is like 3 years older than this, where things change a lot. And so I have to be sharing things from both systems all the time, and it can get confusing. This is the first time that's one of the good news is about a small class. Everyone is on either Tahoe or Sequoia. Mary, I don't know about you, but I think you are in, yeah, you were in Tahoe or Sequoia. You were in one of those.
Yes.
Which means that everything I share will have to be only one type of computer, which is really nice because 3 years ago, there was a big switch and the operating system really changed how it looked. So it's really good to know that everyone is on the new version of operating system because this class, finally, I'm in the, hey, hi, this is what your class is all about. Welcome to Mac Level Intro to the Mac, where we're really going to deal a lot with this operating system and all the settings, and we're going to understand the back end of how the computer works, okay? And instead of having to constantly share the two versions, you all have the same version, so that's awesome. Not the same version, see how Carol says Sequoia, but it's the same look, which was the hard part. It looked very different before. So now within this version, we're going to distinguish what's good, what's bad. Some of you have 15, some 626, some 21, some 23, as far as what version of Tahoe. But, and I'm pretty sure, Carol, that your Sequoia, because you have a newish computer, can be upgraded to Tahoe as well, and I'll show you how to do it
Oh, good.
and why. And then
I'll
we're
do
all
it.
going to be in Tahoe. Now, Tahoe is the latest operating system, but don't rest yourself on your laurels because we're soon to come upon September, October, November, where the new one comes out.
Oh, man.
So we don't know what the new one will be called yet, or maybe someone, Bob, you're good at that. Do you know what the new one be called? No, I'm not. What's the newer operating system called?
No, I don't.
after
Maybe
Tahoe?
Anacapa
Oh, I
or
think it's the
Paula.
Golden Gate or some stupid thing.
What, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, Golden Gate is coming out this fall.
Yeah, it's Golden Gate.
Golden Gate. So they're using the, all the names are icons of California. Okay.
California, yeah.
So we've had all the names that you can, Sequoia, Tahoe. We've had Monterey. We've had,
Can't wait till it gets to San Quentin.
Sonoma. Until we get to what?
San Quentin.
Mm.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Well, not only that, my son's name is Joaquin.
Oh,
And no one has any idea how to spell it or whatever. And I'm like, everyone knows about the San Joaquin Valley, but they don't put that together with the name Joaquin. So that'll be funny whenever they try to choose that one, right? But yeah, San Quentin. Okay, so Golden Gate is coming out in the fall.
Oh,
So the fact that you're in Tahoe makes you right now at the latest operating system, and in Sequoia is one under Tahoe. Doesn't make it better or worse. It's just that it's a year older. And the only reason you want to have, if you have a computer that's capable of upgrading, you want to have the latest operating system just because it's going to take full advantage of the features that are there. And this is the key, you're all in Tahoe except for Carol. When Golden Gate, I'm trying to remember that, Golden Gate comes out, from Tahoe, you can move up to Golden Gate, but from Sequoia, you'll only be able to move up to Golden Gate. You can't move up to Tahoe. You have to skip. And then it's one thing to adapt to one change, but when you adapt to 2 years of change or 3 years of change, suddenly the computer feels quite, something's happening here. It's quite different. Does that make sense? So as long as your computer's as long as your computer is capable enough of moving one at a time, it's the best thing to do. Does that make sense? To not keep you so behind that then it's like, oh, I got to learn a lot of new stuff. Also, phones that people own, if you own an iPhone, automatically tend to update themselves. People don't usually have a choice to update or not, like you do on your computer. I mean, you do have it, but people don't turn that feature on. So phones tend to update themselves. You're sleeping and goes, your phone is going to update tonight. And next thing you wake up and you have the new update. That's because it's an automatic update on the phone, which you could turn off if you wanted to, but I don't know anyone who has. In which case, if your computer is updated and if your phone keeps updating and your computer is not, then there's things that they can't do together anymore, because as you're going to learn in this class, the operating system, the way Apple works, it's kind of like this unit where it just kind of does things on the computer and on the phones. And for those of you who have iPads, on the iPads, that are kind of in sync with each other in a way that you could be in the middle of writing an email in your computer, and then you have to go to the doctor and the doctor's appointment and the doctor's making you wait. You can pick up your phone and keep writing the rest of the email on your phone because it all transfers automatically, or on your iPad. It's like it's one system. And when all the system is nearer to the same level of upgrade, it works better. Now, some of you have an old phone and a new computer. Well, there's things that your computer can do your phone can't handle, or you have a new phone and an old computer. So again, it'll do the best it can, but there's just some things that don't sync. And there's no problem with that. It's not like you need to all rush out and get a new phone, a new computer, a new iPad at all. But if you have those devices updated to the most they can, like there's a level that an older phone just can't get to the newer level of OS, and there's an old computer just can't get to the new level of OS either. That's fine. But the highest you are, the more chances that are also you're being protected from bugs and viruses, because the last, say, 3 years of operating systems are much easier to protect than the ones that are, 4, 5, 6 years older, because they're just more vulnerable to bugs and vices, right? And viruses, not vices. So anyway, as long as your computer and your phones can handle it, you should try to have them at the latest version of operating system that's available. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. And I was waiting for today to arrive. And you might have noticed that some of you guys said that you're in Tahoe 26.5.1, and Adriana said she's in no, who was it? 26.5, 26.5. Most of you are in dinner. And then if you look at mine and if you look at the chat, I said that I'm in Tahoe 26.3.1. 26.3.1 is older than 26.5. So what does this mean? What's that 26? 26 is the year it came out. So last year, Tahoe 2026, that's, you could say I'm in operating system 26 or I'm in operating Tahoe, and it's exactly the same. It means the same thing, but it's easier to say I'm in Tahoe. So like Windows just says 3.1 or whatever, and it's just a number. But in Apple decided to give it cute names, California names, right? So that's all it means. But it really is version 26. Next year, it'll be version 27 and Golden Gate. But the 5 and the 1 are updates. Okay.
They're not
So-
dates like May 1st.
No. So 26.5 means that the operating system 26 that came out, it comes at the end of the year before. So it comes out in the fall. So this one came out like in September, late September, October, something like that. 26 came out. It was still year 2025, but Tahoe 26 came out. I always say don't upgrade to it the first 3 months until the people who know about computers have tested it, made sure it doesn't have viruses, that it's working well. And if in so 2 to 3 months everyone's saying, oh, this one worked really well, then then update, right? So people who are in my fall classes, I usually say, well, just wait a minute, let's see how it's working. And then by the time you're in my spring class, which starts in January, I'll say, sure, go ahead and upgrade, or there's having some issues, maybe don't update, don't upgrade. But to do that, you have to be in charge of the updates or upgrades of your computer. And right now, a lot of people just have it updating automatically. So then in the fall, in this year, September, October update, suddenly you'll wake up and you'll be in Golden Gate 27. And it might not be the best thing to do at the beginning, because that's when they kind of work on all the bugs. You know what I mean? So I have a feeling that Carol, after being told, wait, don't upgrade yet, because you were in Sequoia, when this year started, you never upgraded to Tahoe. So that's why you're 1 year behind. It's not a big deal, but I'm going to show you now how to do that whole, like, telling it not to upgrade automatically and then choosing to upgrade when you're ready. Now what's the 5? It means that there's been 26.5. There's been 5 updates of import, like big updates over the year. So 5 times Tahoe has had a big enough update that it's changed from when it first came out, it was Tahoe 26. Then it became Tahoe 26.1. Then small little updates showed up saying Tahoe 26.1.2, 26.1.3.1. So the small updates that they send out almost every other week for a new virus that came up or a little bug, they'll call it the second point. So 26.5.1 means that there's been one small update to the 26.5. Mine, I'm at 26.3.1. So I've been gone. I've been literally gone from my computers for 2 months. So between the last time I was at my computer, where the computers were at 26.3.1, there's been two main upgrades. There's been a 26.4, and now we're at 26.5. That some of you automatically had updated to without you even knowing. That means you're in an automatic update system, versus my computer is not. My computer has to be updated by me. And so I didn't update yet to 26.5.1. Does that make sense, you guys? And I was about to update it yesterday when I got home, but I said, no, this is the perfect example to show you guys. So I'm going to show you how it looks when you're not updated and what to do. Now, from here, I could go to more info. When I go to more info, it's going to take me to the system settings, or I can just open the system settings, which I have right here. But I'm going to show you how when I go to more info, it takes me to system settings. So you don't need to be here to get there. But since I'm here, why not click on it to get there? So I'm going to click on more info and boom, my system settings open up. How do I know it's my system settings? Because up here at the top, next to the apple, now it says the word system settings. And this thing that looks like this is your system settings. So now I have both here. I have my MacBook Pro telling me what my details are. And by clicking on this, it took me straight to the spot where I get more info about my computer. Again, it tells me it's a MacBook Pro 16H 2021, but this time I get all of the serial numbers, all the details, if I have coverage or not. Again, the version of Tahoe that I'm in tells me what kind of display I have. It also tells me what my second display is. It also tells me how much storage I have. So this is all really important information. And it takes me straight to it. Versus if I had open system settings on my own, I would have had to come find it, right? Because this is under the about of system settings. So is everyone here? Did everyone click on more info and you got to this spot on your computer? Yeah. If this is where I want you to give me yes or no, like instead of nodding, some of you don't have your video on or something. This is a great example of, okay, give me a yes, go down to your, you know, a reactions button and give me a yes or a no if you are in your system settings. And if you say yes, that's good. And if you say no, I will say, okay, let me help you get there. Okay. So Carol, for example, is saying no. So let me just repeat how to do this. And then if it's not working, I will have her share her screen. Just telling everyone how the yes and no system works. Okay. So, Carol, do you have this, do you have this little box open? The one that says you're about this Mac?
Now I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Now click on the more info
Okay.
and
Right.
then this will open up. Did
It
it
did.
open up? Okay,
Yes.
good. Great. Mary, you came in right when I was explaining something, and I think you were on your phone. Are you at your computer right now, or are you there? Can you hear me? Mary? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. I'm on my phone. I don't have my computer, but
You don't
I
have your
already
computer.
answered you. Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
I
that
said
you're on
yes
phone.
because I know how to do that.
You know
Perfect.
how to do
Yes,
that. Okay.
thank you.
But I don't see the
Yes.
yes. That's why I called your name. So what's going to happen is when
Oh,
I
I
don't see
said
people
I
answering, I will be calling on them.
put it on the chat.
Oh,
Diana,
I
I put it on the
okay.
chat.
I see that. Okay. Just so you know, I didn't see
Okay.
that. And I see that Adrienne also put it on the chat. The chat's the last place I ever look because I have so many screens
Oh,
open,
okay.
which
So
is fine if you tell me that. But let me teach you because you do tend to be on your phone because I know you're working, you do tend to be on your phone when you're in class sometimes.
yes,
So
thank you.
notice
Yes.
that if you just kind of gently tap on your face, you know, what you're looking at on the Zoom, the choices for yes or no appear underneath. You need to gently tap on your face and then the settings appear where you can then click on yes or no on your phone as well so that I see it as a yes or no. Give it a try if you can find it. If not, I'll try to remember to look in the chat.
Okay.
Okay. And then Dorothy.
Oh, it's this one? Or it's not this
That's
one?
a thumbs up, which
Oh,
disappears. But
okay.
right under that, you should find a little yes. But yeah, you found it. That's the spot. That's
Okay,
the spot.
thank you. Thank you.
Dorothy, are you there? Dorothy? I know your sound is not on, so maybe you stepped out. Okay. I'll call your name every now and then until you answer back, but let's keep going. All right. So here we are with a lot more information about our computer. And the information that I want you to look at right now, and which is going to be a big part of Mac level 1, which has to do with how much stuff is in your computer, is at the very bottom where it says storage. In my case, it says storage Macintosh hard drive, and then it tells you how much is still available of a certain number, and that's the size of your hard drive. So I still have 110 gigs available of my 490, basically 500. So I've got only 1/5 of the space of my computer available to me at this point. Can you all find this storage
Mhm.
right there? Okay. That's something that we'll spend basically we're going to really spend a lot of time on that kind of information in Mac level 1, which is all about file management and figuring out where your stuff is and how to handle it and how to get rid of it and how to deal with that screen, Denise, that you mentioned that you have stuff all over versus mine that looks clean and somewhere in between, right? There's some things on it, but not a ton. And we'll see why it matters to have it on the screen or not. All of that is Mac level 1. But in this class, I just want to show you where you find that information. And unless there's a number that's much more drastic than mine, like your computer isn't working well, when you don't have enough space available, it isn't like a closet that you can just keep pushing things in and clog the door and put the broom on it and it still works. The computer, if it doesn't have space, it stops working. So it needs space free. It needs space available, or it begins to lag and not work well. So you can't fill up 500 of 500. You need to have hopefully 100 of 500 left. Now, that amount of space that you have matters. So Bob, for example, wrote his storage in the chat. He wrote he has 72 available of 245. Okay. So that was Bob. So can you all write how much you have available of how much in the chat? So I have 110 available. I can just write 110 of, and I can round out to 500. Notice that you can all round out to about 250 or 500 or 1,000. Those numbers are very always near, like Bob says, 72 of 245. 245 is very near 250. So, or 733 available of 900, that's almost 1,000, right? The second number is always going to be roundable out to either 500, 250, or 1,000 or 2,000. Some of you might have one of those. There you go, 142 of 250. Okay. So the fact that I still have 110 would seem that I have a lot more space than Bob, who has 72. But my 110 is out of 500 versus Bob has 72 out of 250. So in reality, he kind of has a bit more space proportional to his computer than I do. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
To my computer, I only have 1/5 of my space, but I think 72, maybe it's a bit more proportionally. It's quite a bit more proportionally out of 250 than my 100 is out of 500. Does that make sense? So what matters is out of your own space that your computer has, which is the second number, how much of it is taken up. Okay. So if Carol has 164 left of 994, she's worse off than me. She has more stuff in there. She's almost out of space.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Because-
that's my problem.
Yeah. 164 is how much is left of what you have. So Bob seemingly has 72, but he has more space proportionally to his space than I do. And I have more space proportionally of my space than Carol does. Does that make sense, you guys, looking at the chat? So the important thing is according to how much space your computer, and that's one thing you can't change. Whatever amount of hard drive space, this is what we're talking about, hard drive space that you bought when you bought it, you're stuck with it. Mac computers have one negative, and that's that they can't be made bigger. If you bought it with 994 is basically 1,000 gigabytes. 1,000 gigabytes is 1 terabyte. So if you bought a computer with 1 terabyte, like Adriana, then you're stuck with that until you get rid of it. 2, 5, 10 or 15 years from now, you won't be able to add more space. Does that make sense? It's not like we can just add a room to our house. We just like, we're stuck with that. The only way to add more space is to add an external hard drive. And we're going to talk about that. But here's a little example of this is an external hard drive that I plug into my computer to give me more space. Does that make sense? We're going to talk about external hard drives and we're going to figure out, but I'm stuck with what I have. So if you have 250, you have 250. If you have, 900, you have 900. What you can do something about is the amount of stuff you have in it and how to handle it. And that's Mac level 1. So we're intro to the Mac. I'm not going to address it right now, but just know that if your numbers are near to Carol's or even to mine, or maybe to Bob's, you're getting to the place where you need to consider if your computer doesn't work the way you like it, it's probably getting too full. Okay. So what we do about it is what we'll learn in Mac level 1. But for now, this is just like a little warning, so to say. Now, when Bob Moran, the second, is it Moran or Moran?
Moran.
Moran. When Bob Moran says 160 left, I don't know out of how much. So I don't know if that's like, woo, that's bad, or oh, that's a ton. 160 out of 250, that's a lot of space left. 160 out of a 990 is not so good. Does that make sense? So out of how much
I have 310. I have 310 out of 494.
you have how much out of 494? What was the first number?
310
Okay, so
out of-
Mary Gurgis
out
has
available out of
310
494.
of 494, which is basically
Uh-huh.
5. So I'm writing
94,
it, I'm
yeah.
writing that in the chat for you.
Okay.
Okay. And then Bob is 160 out of
Thank
235.
you.
So
Yeah.
he's got proportionally a lot of space left. As far as when I say proportionally a lot of space left, as far as the computer functioning correctly, that's all that matters. As far as how much stuff, I have a lot more stuff than Bob has because I have a bigger computer, right? If someone owns a house with 5 rooms, they probably own more stuff than someone with 1 room, although not necessarily, because you could have a very stuffed 1 room and a very minimalist 5 rooms. Does that make sense? So if I look at Eviana's computer, she has 900 gigs available of 994. She's the most minimalist of us all. She's got nothing. She's like the typical house you walk into and there's like, a table with an apple on top, and that's called furniture. That's her computer right now. Very little stuff in it. Versus Carol, 164 of the same amount of 1 terabyte is very, very stuffed. Okay. So that's good. She has a lot of stuff. Carol has a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff. You have files, you have things, but your computer is going to begin to suffer in the workings of it. Does that make sense? So when I say you're in trouble,
Yep.
it's Bob couldn't even have 900 in his. He only has 245. So Bob and Bob, both of Bob's, have 250 available on their computers. So as long as that's all you want in it, you're good. But if you want more in it, then your only option is to either buy another external hard drive to put stuff somewhere else, like you would buy a little storage space in your house, but then you have to go to that storage space to get it and come back because it's not really in your computer. Or at some point go, I just need a bigger computer. And so then you buy a new computer. But whatever you buy next is what you're stuck with for the next 5 to 10 years, however long you keep your computer. Does that make sense? So if you're considering buying a new computer and you need to have more stuff on it, that's a place where you need to spend more money on. Instead of buying the base one that comes, that Costco sells or something like that. You need to go and buy one and add more space to it so that you don't become problematic, because that cannot be added later. Okay. So if you're ever going to consider buying A versus B and suddenly it seems like, whoa, it's so much more expensive, that's one of the ones where that might be a reason to do it. Now, that said, the reason computers are coming now out with very little space is because most people are putting their stuff on the cloud. And they don't really need such a big space on their computer anymore. So we're going to be talking a lot about the cloud, the good, the bad, Was it the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever? And whether that's a solution or not, and if so, what you do with that solution and how you handle it. But you might notice that a lot of people now are working off of, they're not, we're not working. A lot of people the word, remote. People are working remote right now a lot. And some people are working remote from their homes with big computers full of stuff. But some people are like working all over the world and they have one job and they just take their little computer with them. And the reason they can do that is because all their stuff is in the cloud. It's not really on their computer. Okay. So it's, again, it has good and bad to it. And we're going to talk about how to use it in a way that works or not over the next 3 classes. So whenever I say we're going to talk about it, Intro to the Mac, we meet 5 times. Mac level 1, we meet 5 times. Mac level 2, we meet 5 times. So we have 15 meetings if you take all 3 of them. And then iLife meets, I think, 6 or 7 times, and that's the photos one. So you don't have to take them all right now. The Mac level, Intro to the Mac, Mac level 1, Mac level 2 follow each other. So if this schedule works for you, it should keep working for you. It's not like suddenly, something appears in the middle. But sometimes you're going to go on vacation and you can't take Mac level 2. Well, never matter. Next time around, you'll take Mac level 2. So it's not like terrible or drastic. But if you take Mac Intro to the Mac and then Mac level 2 and you had to leave in the middle, that's still fine because each class we deal with different stuff, right? So what we're going to deal with right now is important for you to know as we go into the next class. But on the other hand, you can still take the next class and not have taken this one and take this one later. Does that make sense? If you want to, if you can't take the afternoon class to handle your photos right now, you can take it later. It's kind of modular, so to say. But this is that base class where we look at these things. So that second number, that's how much space your computer has. Like, do you have a 1-bedroom house or a 7-bedroom house? That's basically that second number. And the way you bought it is how it's going to be. Versus the first number is how much stuff you have in it. Okay. How much files, how many things have you saved in your computer that live in your computer? That's the first number. So 310 out of 500 means that she has about 200 megabytes worth of stuff, and thus there's only 300 empty ones left of 500. Does that make sense? Anyway, never mind. That's kind of numbers things, but all right. Cool. So I'm going to clear your answers because you've all answered that one. And now we're going to go and I'm going to show you a few more things. There's much more to do with amount of stuff, but that, as I said, comes in Mac level 1. If you need to know how to sign up to those classes, ask me. I'll give you a hand after class. But one thing I'm forgetting is to give you a break because I didn't set my alarms for it yet. And the first day I spend so much time dealing with the beginnings that I forget to give you guys a break. So even though I skipped it, let's do it right now. Let's do normally it's a 15-minute break, but there's been so many ins and outs, people arriving. Can we just do it 10 today? We'll be good about that. Just do a 10-minute break so that we can get a lot more meat into it.
We just
Okay.
leave everything as is.
Leave everything as is. And in the chat, I'm always going to put the time to be back. So I'll say be back at, in this case, 11:23. So be back at 11:33 a.m. Okay. And then here's the thing. If you have a phone nearby and you don't want to be here late, I'm going to show you how to use Siri. If you don't use Siri yet, Siri is useful for a couple of things, but one is the best, which is timer. So I'm going to say, hey Siri, set timer for 8 minutes. And in 8 minutes, it's going to ring, and I know I have 2 minutes to make it back to my computer. And normally the break is 15 minutes, and I usually set it for 13 minutes, and then it gives me 2 minutes when it rings to come back. And that's a really useful way of Siri and and those kind of.
Diana, how can we set Siri? How we can set Siri? How we can
If you don't have
activate
it working, I'm
Siri?
not going to teach that right now, but I will teach it. So just hang in there. Okay. For now, if you
Okay,
have it,
thank
do
you.
it. And if not, I'll see you at this point. Otherwise, we're in our break. So I'll see you in
Yeah.
10. Okay.
Am I going? Right. Yeah, I'm in my break right now.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I was setting up my alarms so that next time I don't forget to give you guys a break. I'm not good at just knowing that it's time for break. I just have to set my alarms. So, that's what I need to do, and that's how it works for me. So, yeah. So, let me see. I will have,
Could I ask you something, Diane?
of course.
Um, my situation is I'm dealing with all this stuff on Lightroom and stuff, and I've grabbed so much crap off my computer and put it on external drives. I mean, all the music files, everything, so I have enough room. But even when I'm working in Lightroom, things really get slow, really, really slow. And I'm just wondering, would you be talking about this thing, this cache? Every so often I have to go and I have to try to clear that thing out, and it's I mean, all my images are on two 8 terabyte hard drives that are over there. So it's the stuff that's stuck inside of my computer, it's
Yeah,
only actions in Photoshop or Lightroom that are
yeah. Yeah, here's the thing, you guys. Bob is also in all of my Photoshop, Illustrator. I teach all of the Adobe programs. I'm a photographer, graphic designer. He's a photographer. And these files are intense. Graphic files and video files are the ones that take up a lot of, the computer needs to be really powerful and takes up a lot of operating system space, right? So even if the file is not on the computer, which is part one, because unless you have a really good fast hard drive, it is harder, it is slower to reach and access your stuff from an external hard drive than from the computer's internal hard drive. But so that's one problem. But it gets to a point where for certain, here I'm telling you, oh, the computer you have works for you as long as it works for you, don't change it. It is necessary at this point for Adobe apps to have a pretty powerful computer. And your computer with 8 GB of memory is just lagging because it's a computer with 8 GB of memory. Beyond the fact that if you have too much stuff on it or not. So we can encourage you, there's things we can do, but on a Mac, getting rid of the cache, that has to do with like internet or stuff like that, but it's not like the PC where you defrag or whatever, which that's never been how Mac disks work. When we're in that class, I can show you how to go into the system settings of Photoshop and those, and then ask it to operate from a hard drive and things like that,
Oh, yeah,
which
I've done that.
try to act. You've done that already?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the problem is that your computer, unfortunately, and this is me saying unfortunately because Macs are amazing, but the Mac, the iMac M1 with 8 GB is just not a powerful computer anymore for Adobe. Adobe apps have been increasing exponentially in the amount of power that they need because of AI and all that stuff. And it's just, you're getting to a place where, you're trying to carry a truck with your left hand. It just is becoming that you just don't have enough oomph there for those programs. But that said, we will spend a lot of time in Mac Level 1 dealing with all of those questions and doing our best to clear the system settings and a bunch. There's a lot of stuff we can do to make it work more efficiently. But you're also hampered by what your computer would be perfect for 95% of the people in this class, but it's just not perfect at this point probably anymore for what you're trying to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I've just come
Okay.
back I've just uploaded, I don't know, about 3,000 images that I just shot last week.
mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Onto your computer or onto your external hard drive?
Onto the external drive, but then I have to edit them all, and
You have to edit them, and then you're stuck with the fact that you're bringing them from external hard drive. So that's already makes it slower, unless you buy a really fancy, expensive hard drive of the kind that can, that's almost transparent, which is possible. And in fact, the other Bob was mentioning, he was interested in Mac Mini, and I've created something with my Mac Mini where I have an external hard drive that it's actually kind of much faster than the regular one with the cable that I've got here. And maybe I can share some of that information with you, but that's beyond what, certainly it's not part of Intro to the Mac. At
Mhm.
most, it's part of Mac Level 1. So hang in there, and I can keep giving you tips and stuff like that, but you get to a place where you're trying to get, apple juice out of a zebra.
Oh, nice.
Not happening.
Apple juice.
Adobe, I'm going to send you to, I'm going to send you a link to a guy who's really good about telling us for Photoshop what is the least amount of computer you need. And at this point, you need, a pretty powerful and expensive Mac computer because Photoshop is a hog. Okay. Anyway, and with that great information, let's move on. Like, I don't like giving bad news, but there's a few points where the news is bad. And Denise works with music, and those are also kind of hogs. Music files are really big too. So music, video, and Photoshop, you're muted, Denise, but those are the ones that, the computer needs to crank out something pretty intense. Now
So we
it is on.
could we just dump different applications? Like I go, oh, who needs this? Who needs this music thing on my
Only
who-
people like Denise, but yes, why
Yeah.
would you have GarageBand on your computer if you don't do music, right? And
Yeah.
so, yes, you can dump some stuff, but you get to the point that no matter how much you dump, what you just need is more computer power. And it used to be that the chip, the part, you guys, that says 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes, that part that I didn't tell you to report to me. But if you look at your about this Mac, that used to be extremely important. That's RAM, random accessory processing power. It's less important now than the chip, but the chip is important. And you're on a chip Mac 1. I'm on a Mac 1. Denise is on Mac 1, and Adriana's on an M5.
Wow.
We're like many chips away right now from the M1, right? And those are really powerful, and that's really making a difference, right? So Adriana has this like blasting fast computer right now, and we're all kind of like pretty fast, but maybe not fast enough for all the stuff that you're putting into it. Anyway.
I bought my Mac because it uses Logic Pro and a PC doesn't.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
now I have a lot of extra space, but sometimes it still drags.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of other stuff going on that we can look into what slows it down. So I'm not saying that's it.
Yeah.
It's not just the stuff you have. But 72 out of 250, that's a lot, but that's the problem with the 250 hard drives. The operating system takes up about that, a whole bunch of that. You could probably have almost nothing in it, and it's still occupying most of your 250 hard drive. So if anything, the thing I was going to say about this new Mac Neo that's coming out, the only thing I would recommend is not to get the base level. For anyone who's considering buying it, because the base level doesn't have any space whatsoever, and then you just can't. And I'm looking to the side because I'm have it on this other computer to see what the numbers are. Um, and you're going to be in real trouble if that's what you try to get, because the 250 is just not enough if you're trying to do images. It's just you don't leave enough with the base operating system, enough space on your computer to really have enough power to do much anymore. So that's really anyone who is at 250 is kind of hampered. But if you're just using it for anything that's not, and by the way, this doesn't include photos that you take on your phone and the iPhone and all that kind of stuff, you're still fine. It's, he's got this camera, megapixel camera, professional thing, big files, raw files. We're talking a whole different level of imagery. Then it's not like if you take too many photos with your phone, a 250 is not enough. It's that level of photography, okay? So most of you guys shouldn't worry about that. I don't know the size or what you do with your music files, Denise, if it's something that's as intense as that as far
I
as
make
big files, but-
copies of different versions, so I've just got things all over the place. And
Yeah,
you keep
well,
making a change, you save it again, make another change, save it again.
yeah, so that's something that
Version.
we're gonna handle. Versions and external hard drives are great for those kind of versions and just keeping the good versions in the forefront and stuff like that. So I'm gonna help you with that. But
Right.
that doesn't help much. Like for the computer to work well, better, you would want to import that one image you're working on, Bob, work it inside of the computer, then send it back. But that's not something you can really do with Lightroom and all that setup. You just need to work off of what's there. And then unless you have a really good external hard drive system, it's too much. Now, all of this is really important information for everyone to see what the limitations are, but most of you, majority in this class, isn't going to be dealing with that issue. So I'm going to continue at this point with what most of you guys are going to be dealing with. Um,
Thanks.
is- does someone have TV or no? It's my voice. I can hear myself. Someone has the sound on two computers. I'm repeating myself. So if you have two computers, make sure to turn your second sound off. Okay, I don't hear myself anymore, do I? No. Okay, there we go. Sometimes if someone has a TV or a radio on in the back of the house, but that was me talking, and that means that I'm hearing myself through something. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to head back to my system preferences here for a second. I'm going to share my screen again, but this time I'm only going to share system preferences so you don't have to be seeing my whole screen the whole time. Makes it easier for you to have space for yours. And over here on the left side of my screen, you might have noticed, or you might have not noticed by now, that I have something that says software update available with a little one. And that's because I'm still in 26.3.1 versus 26.5.1, I believe is the latest one, right? So when you have an update available that your computer can handle, it'll say it here. So say that you have a computer that just can't handle the next update, then it just won't show up. And when you go to software update, it'll be like, no, you're maxed, you're fine, even if maybe you're in Sequoia. It's just that your computer can't handle moving up to Tahoe, for example. So then it doesn't give you that option. But if it's giving you an option, that means it's available and that your computer can handle it. So when I click on that there, it tells me checking for updates. What I have installed is this one. And then the only thing that I have on automatic update are the ones that are security updates. But after reading, it tells me, oh, look, Mac Tahoe 26.541 is available. Do you want to restart right now? No, I'm teaching. I don't want to. Or do I want to update tonight? I could click on update tonight, and then when I'm sleeping, it'll update. Okay. And then you read, what is it going to do? Well, introduces 8 new emojis. Okay, boohoo.
Oh,
Along with other features. Okay, maybe I have to go find out what the other feature are. Bug fixes. These are important. Things that weren't working well that people began to report and they checked it, figured out a figure. This is not a bug is something glitching on the computer that they fixed in the software. And then the one that matters is security updates because there's people out there creating viruses all the time trying to crash into your stuff. And of course, PCs are 999 million more times susceptible to viruses than Macs are. Fortunately for us, not because Macs are superhuman or super powered, but because proportionally there's much fewer Macs in the world than PCs. So if you're going to go to the problem of creating a virus, you're going to create it for the PC world because most of the world runs on PCs. Does that make sense? So that doesn't mean that we're invulnerable, just that there's not that many bugs that can attack a Mac because they're not being made. And because yes, there are more security features. Only Apple makes Apple. Only Apple makes Macs versus so many makers make the PCs that maybe one is more vulnerable than another. Anyway, there's so many reasons why the PCs are way more vulnerable to bugs. But if the Mac is sending up a security update, you want that security update. That's the main reason I would say, Carol, that you're going to be wanting to upgrade because you're missing out on security updates. Does that make sense? So Right now, if I click nothing, I will just not get updated and I will have to come in and do it myself at some point and say restart now and it'll do it. But if I say update tonight, it'll do it. Unless I have something running on this computer that stops it, in which case when I get here tomorrow morning, it'll say was not able to complete the update because of, and it'll tell me why. So for example, if you have unsaved files that you're working on, the computer can't like know if you want to save it or not. So then it'll hesitate. And then in the morning, you'll have to go in and save that file and then it'll be able to update. Does that make sense? So it's automatic, except for if it runs into some issue. And next thing you know, in the morning, you'll come up, you won't even know it. It'll have gone to 26.5.1. Okay. Now, this is something that it will warn you about only for operating systems. There's other ways to find out if there's other apps that need to be updated, but you'll find up here any operating system updates. Now, what's the operating system? It's that thing that runs our computer. It's software, but it runs our computer. So if software isn't working, all we're holding is a bunch of glass and wires and metal, and it will do nothing. It needs an operating system to operate. And which operating system you're using is gonna directly impact on what things are available. If I am on 26 and you're on 25, guess what? You have 8 more emojis than I do, which I'm sure there's other things, but all these things are going to be tiny. If they are a 5.1, they're tiny. If they are a 4, before this was 4 or 3, then they might be a little bit bigger of a feature. And if you want to find out what the features are, then you'll click on this and it'll tell you what the features are that are being updated, right? I don't really care right now. None of these were going to be so big that it's such a big deal. I do care actually because I teach this, but for the most part, they're not, blammo, my computer's changing. It'll be just some extra little thing that the computer can do. And after class, I will go find out because, as I said, I teach as now and then there's an important one. But if it's really big or important, they'll save it for Mac Golden Gate 27, right? Where there might be some much bigger capabilities on maybe AI or something like that, and they'll be changing the core of how the computer works, and then it'll be 27. That said, from Mac OS 26 to Mac OS 26.5, there's probably enough changes that if you haven't been updating, you should, if nothing else, because of the security updates. Okay. So anyway, if you have down here where it says automatic updates, like if it says no, you have no updates available, which many of you already are in 25.6, so you don't see all this. Do you see the automatic update, security updates question? Then there's this little eye surrounded by a circle, which is always information. So if you click on that, then you're going to get the choice of whether things are updated automatically or not. Okay, so let me show you again where. Go to automatic updates, security updates, and go to the little eye for information and click on that one time. Are you seeing the little window that's popping up for me? Because sometimes it gets shared and sometimes it doesn't. The one that says automatically. Okay.
Where do you click again?
Okay. If you don't have a software update
Yes,
available,
correct.
because you might have it, then you need to go to General Software Update.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Got it.
Because if you don't have it, where do you get that? And once you get to software updates, it'll say, oh, you're all updated. Then go to automatic updates, security updates, and click on the I. And then it'll pop up. Give me a yes if you found it.
Where did hold on.
Everyone who found it, give me a yes. If you can't find it or know what I'm talking about, give me a no.
Where did you find the yes? I just keep doing the the yes, which goes up and down. But and you said don't do the chat. So
Yeah,
what's
when
the
you
other
click-
choice? Where?
When you click, put your finger, like gently touch your finger on your phone. That what
Okay.
comes up has a thumbs up. But if you scroll down on that, you should see all the different choices, including the little green check mark. I don't have Zoom
Oh.
open on my phone right now, so I don't remember
Okay.
exactly where it is, but
Let me see. Try that.
just the same place where you gave me the thumbs up, in that same place, you'll see that there's other choices, but I think you need to scroll a bit to find the yes. I'll do a Zoom on my phone after class so that I can remember where it was, but since I've been gone for these little things, I've been like in the not the world of computers for 2 months, and suddenly remember where the phone hides it's yes, I don't have it up in my brain right now. So download new updates when available. I have a yes on this, although I'm not sure if it's necessary, because sometimes the updates are so big and they become downloaded and they're already sitting on your computer waiting to upload. But anyway, I have it on. And then in Style Mac updates, I have it turned off. So that's why my computer, when I've been gone for all these months, just didn't update. Okay. And that's just part of what I prefer to do, mainly because I don't want it to update to the big update. I don't want it suddenly to have them come out with Golden Gate and my computer the next day has Golden Gate. That's what I don't want. Does that make sense? I would like to be able to just get the little updates taken care of. So this one, install system data files and security updates, that one I do have turned on automatically. Does that make sense? So that's why when a new one became available, I had a little prompt of one. If you have this one turned off, you wouldn't even be prompted that there's anything available. Okay. Because you said, no, don't prompt me. But I do want the security ones. And so I get prompted and I get told, hey, there's an available. If you want to update, say yes, because I turned this one off. Instead of just doing it, it asks me. So I'm always aware it's available and it's up to me to say yes or no to it. Adriana, yes. Your hand is up. You're muted. You're muted. I can't hear you. On the bottom left where there's a little audio button.
There. So mine says update available.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And does it say, let me see, where were you, Adriana? You were I'm looking at what you wrote before. You were in 26.5.
It says software update available. It has a number 1 with a red circle.
Mm-hmm. So you probably have 26.5.1 because you're in 26.5. So you have one available. So does it give you the option of update tonight or restart now?
It says install Mac Tahoe 26.5 automatic updates. And it says on. It has a little eye with a circle.
Okay. Why don't you know what? Since you do seem to have some, let me see if there's anything new or different on your computer. Can you share your screen so I can see what you're seeing? If it's a bit different than mine, I need to see it because we already saw that yours doesn't give the date and mine does. So sometimes I just need to see what the
Share.
new things are.
Share.
And then share again. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. Okay. I just see use of the let me see. Update tonight, restart now on, yeah. So what you have right now is what I'm saying. You probably are using, yeah, you're using 26.5 and it's got 26.5.1 available for you. You see that? And
Okay. Yes.
for me to go up to 26.5.1, it gave me many other choices of why it was updating. And that's because I was down in 26.3. But for you, all you have is a 0.1. So it's a little change off of the 5. Then this update addresses an issue for enterprise users or Macs with an M5 chip. That's why I didn't see that. Could unexpectedly shut down when using certain content filter network extensions. So it's a bug that you experience, not me, because I don't have an M5 chip. So they're sending you that update. Does that make sense? So even what updates you get are different based on the computer that you have. So now you can, don't restart right now, you'll jump out of the class. You can click on update tonight and forget about it. And then tonight, when you wake up in the morning, you will be on 26.5.1.
Okay.
When you do something like that, the computer will ask you to give you the password because it's a big change and it needs to make sure that it's not like your kid playing with your computer or something. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so it's ready to go. Now, click on this thing that says automatic updates. Oh, now it's up there. So right now, if a big update comes up, it will tell you you need to update, and you might not notice that you're going from Tahoe to Golden Gate. It's not, it'll just tell you there's an update available. Here you could check it. You could see that it was 26.5.1. It's not a big deal. You can do it. But I would recommend that everyone turn this one off, but then follow through. If you get warned, do the updates. Does that make sense? But then that gives you the choice in the fall, in September, October, when the new one comes out, you can say, no, I'm going to wait until January. I'm going to wait until the next class Indiana tells me it's okay. But if you have this on and you just say, okay, 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 then suddenly, boom, you'll shift to Golden Gate without noticing, which might not be a problem, or it might, depending on how good Golden Gate comes out. Many times operating system comes out and at first there's a lot of bugs. And if you're not really good and expert on your computer, you can't distinguish between a bug and you not knowing what you're doing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But that change, you also need to put in a password. So for big changes like that, your computer's like, is your kid playing or is this real? So it just makes you tell it. Okay.
But so
All
you
right.
wouldn't recommend having this button on?
I recommend not, mainly because once a year, when the big changes happen, that's when you don't want to change
Okay.
automatically. That's when you want to wait a few months until you follow the news. If you're in class, you ask me, you look into whether is Golden Gate safe? Is it working well? Is it going to mess up my stuff? And if everything is good, then you go ahead and say, okay, update now and restart whatever, and then you get it done. Does that make sense? You
Yes.
just don't want to do a big yearly update without warning, so to say, without completely being aware that you're doing it. Okay. Now, that's the main reason am I recommending that one, but it might stop you from updating, like Carol, who is in Sequoia, and maybe she hasn't updated because she never went through with saying yes, update. So Carol, do you have anything saying you're ready to update? Like, do you have one update? I can't hear you right now. You're muted.
Minute. Do you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's showing I could do Tahoe, but it says also available Sequoia, one more.
Do you want
15
to just share your screen? I want to make sure whether for any reason you're stopped at Sequoia. So again, it's just share and then share again. Two
okay.
times the share button. I just want to make sure because I'm not sure. I'm looking at what you put in about your computer is
wait a minute.
Carol, you have an iMac 2024. You should be fine moving up to Tahoe. So I'm wondering why you're in Sequoia. So do you see the buttons there where you
I've
say
had
yes?
it on automatic update. Are you saying that I shouldn't? You just told her.
I don't know. Let me just see let me just read it and see why you're having, if you have it on automatic, then why are you still in Sequoia? So let me just see. Go down to the same place where you were saying yes or no and look for the share button and click
Okay,
on
wait a
that
minute.
share.
Oh, man, I lost it. Oh, shoot. There it goes. Okay. I hate this.
I know that sharing sometimes,
No, I
but
don't
you did
mind
it. You did it
sharing. I
successfully
just,
twice today. No, I know that you don't mind sharing, but I know that sometimes it kind of hides. For some of you
oh,
guys, depending on how big or small, when you make your windows small from Zoom, then the share isn't there anymore. Like if your window is big, you see the share, but if it's small, then it goes and hides under the three dots of more. And then you have to go to the three dots of more and go under that for the share. For those of you
okay.
who, make it smaller.
Okay.
So
You can
let's,
now see my screen, I guess. Okay.
okay, I can see your screen right now. Okay. And I'm seeing that, um, give me a second here. Can you just click somewhere on this? Yeah. Can you scroll down here? I want to see if it says just scroll up. I want to see the top of this one, like just here. Move this little guy, not to make it bigger or smaller, but go over here. See this little gray thing? Grab this and just drag it up a little
No,
bit.
where's the gray thing? I
Yeah,
don't know where.
okay, click on, hold on. Don't stop moving your mouse and move it in and put your mouse like here in the middle of my gray, my green screen.
Okay.
Okay, when you click now. Okay, and when you move your, do you have a finger or a mouse?
I have
Are
a
you using
mouse.
a mouse? Okay, so then do like this. I don't know if you can see me. Go move up and down with your finger on it. There we go. And now scroll in the bottom. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And the same note, just what you were doing. There we go. So the reason I'm looking is because she doesn't have a warning saying that there's an update available. You see that? That's why I was a bit surprised. So go click on General, Software Update. And it does
Well,
notice
that's
that
what
it
I had
says,
before.
yeah, and notice that it says upgrade versus update. You see the difference?
Oh,
Upgrade versus
yeah.
update.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't
So those
notice.
are two different creatures, and I'm so glad that I was about to explain it in the air without anything
Okay.
showing it, and then you share, and it's the perfect share, which is why I'm saying sharing is awesome, you guys. I see things that I don't have on mind to explain. Because an update is what
Only one. It would
is
go up
what
Sequoia.
it's what we have in
Yeah.
Tahoe from 26.51 to 26.3 to 26 point whatever, but it's within 26. So within your Max Sequoia, you have a possible update that has to do with security issues. Probably, if you scroll down, I might show you that. And you can do that. Or your computer's telling you, but you could upgrade to Tahoe. So an upgrade is when you change number from 25 to 26, from 26 to 27, when you go from Tahoe to Sequoia. Now, I am saying that the next one is going to be Golden Gate 27, Tahoe is 26. Then how come Sequoia isn't 25? Because up until last year, the numbers of the operating systems didn't equate with the year. And it was always like, you're in Sequoia, 13, and that was supposed to be, 2024, and it was hard to understand. So now they changed it as of this year. 26 means Tahoe. Next year, 27 will be Golden Gate. Does that make sense? But in
Yes.
the past, the numbers didn't make any sense. So that's why we're not seeing a 25 in here. But anyway, so Sequoia, you could just update this and stay in Sequoia, or it's saying, hey, but you can also upgrade and get Tahoe. My recommendation to you, you have a 2024 computer, is that you should click on upgrade tonight and then forget about it. And on Thursday, when we come back, you'll be in Tahoe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll be with
And
everyone
then
else. That's great.
it'll skip this one because it'll be unimportant. It'll just go straight to Tahoe.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So
have a
don't-
question.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? I didn't understand what was the difference between update and upgrade.
Yeah. So don't click on it yet, Carol,
Oh.
so that I can finish talking about. Give me a second so I can show this. See how this says Sequoia 15.7 versus go back to general for a second here. Go back to general. Yeah, click on
Did I do
general
some?
again.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you clicked on screen time. Go to general and then go back to software update, please. Here in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that one. Okay. So when you change the entire operating system's name, let's say from Sequoia to Tahoe, that means that they incorporate big changes, and they're doing that once a year. That's an upgrade. And you want to be careful with upgrading if you have an older computer, because your computer might not be powerful enough to support, even though technically it can upgrade, or they wouldn't give you the option. No one here seems to have an older computer where it's not letting you upgrade anymore. Everyone here seems to be good enough that they've all made it up to Tahoe. But I had to finally change my old computer that I finally bought a new one, is because I was stuck in Monterey, which is like 6 years old. And I couldn't go up further than that because it was older. So upgrading is changing the operating system to big changes. Like Tahoe introduced Apple Intelligence. It didn't exist before, right? Or it existed in a very minor way in Sequoia where they were beginning it. And then it changed the look, all of, there's a, if you look at your computer and you look at hers, the icons and the transparency, anyway, there's other stuff. And then productivity with this one, continuity of how the phone continues what's in the computer, so it's big changes. They also changed a whole bunch of how it works on the background. So then that is called an upgrade. And then they're gonna next upgrade is coming in the fall, and it'll be Golden Gate 27, and then they'll slowly be doing updates 27.1, 27.2, 27.3. But between here and the fall, we might still get more updates for Tahoe. We might get 26.6.2.3, 26.7 before finally we get an upgrade to 27. Does that make sense? But it'll still be called 26. And those updates are just little bugs fixes, but it's not suddenly the computer doing something big differently. It's just bugs and viruses and security for the most part. Does that make sense? Updates, yes, do them always, all the time. Upgrades, wait until we tell you it's good, it's working for the computer. So that's the important thing you need to know. If you see an update, go for it. Updates are good. They're usually protecting. Upgrades are big deals. You need to make sure your computer can handle it and that it's working well before you upgrade your computer. But definitely Tahoe is working well, and I'm recommending to Carol to do an upgrade on her computer. Okay? But the rest of you guys won't have an upgrade available until the fall because you're already at Tahoe, which is the most upgraded one. You'll only have updates from here until the fall. And then one day it'll say, Mac OS Golden Gate 27 available, upgrade tonight. And you'll have to say, I'm going to wait on that one for a month or two until I hear better. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Everyone's good with that? All right, so Carol, go and click on upgrade tonight. And then that's it. Just don't, and then say agree down here. All right, I got so many
Here.
green things that it's down here. Agree.
It says disagree. No, wait a minute.
Yeah, but click on the blue agree instead of on the disagree. Yeah.
I don't have it on the screen.
Oh, you have the
I-
Zoom stuff here in the way.
My pictures are blocking it. How do I?
Yeah, Zoom is on the right. Okay, so go ahead and hit the return key on your keyboard. That's the same as agreeing. The return key is gonna do it. Yeah, and then put in your computer password, the one that you use to open up your computer every time you open it up. Okay, so now you all know about upgrades versus updates and when to do them. And hopefully all you need to know is that upgrade means, so now it's going to download it. See, while we're talking. And then once it's downloaded, it'll sit there until later tonight. And then at that point, it'll set it up. Okay?
Okay,
So
sounds
it's not going to
great.
interrupt you right now. It does it like at 2 a.m. So it knows your patterns and it knows when you don't use it anymore. And that's when it'll start. Okay, but so now it's just downloading it. It's ready to go. And then like for me, I'm a night owl and I work into the night. So for me, it might not try until, 3 a.m. But for someone who doesn't ever use their computer after 9 p.m., it might start the upgrade at midnight. You know what I mean? It depends. It learns your patterns. And
It
what
knows my
later means is when you normally don't use your computer, that's when it'll prompt it. So don't turn your computers off. That's another thing that's important to say today.
Oh,
Those of you who turn your computers off, and maybe that's you, maybe that's why you haven't been upgrading since you said, computers don't need to be turned off. And that's news for some people. Computers need to be restarted occasionally, especially if it's not working well. So if you're having issues with it being not speedy or bizarre things happening, definitely do a restart. Let me now share my screen with you guys and explain to you the whole conversation about starting or not starting. So I'm going to close right now my other windows, but over here under the Apple, we have a choice to sleep, restart, or shut down. You should not shut down. unless you're going away on a vacation for a whole week or 2 months or however long you're going, then sure, shut it down, definitely. But if you're using your computer every day, at night, shutting down and then in the morning starting again, the computer does a lot of stuff at night while you're sleeping. It checks, it cleans itself up, it runs stuff, and it does things like updating, right? Um, and when you don't use it after a certain amount of time, it just goes to sleep automatically. So if you want to turn your computer off at night, you should put it to sleep. If you want to, when you leave, do something, put it to sleep. Say sleep. I'm not going to do it right now because if it sleeps, then my connection will disappear with you guys. But after class, test putting it to sleep. Now, for people who have laptops, putting it to sleep is the same as closing your top. That's it. When you close your top, that puts your computer, your laptop to sleep. But when you own an iMac or a Mac Mini, a desktop computer, then you need to put it to sleep if you want it to automatically just go to sleep versus stepping away from it and at whatever time automatically it goes to sleep. Maybe it'll take 15 minutes before it goes and puts itself to sleep automatically. That means that your computer is using almost no power. The thing that uses power is your screen. Your screen is the stuff that is a hog, electricity hog. So what matters is that your screen be off, not your computer. You know how guys when playing,
Diana, how can you do that again? How can you get
you
this
go to
feature?
the Apple and sleep if you have a desktop. But Mary, you have a laptop. So for you, putting it to sleep is just folding it down. That is,
Oh, that's all? Okay,
you have
perfect.
been
Thank you.
sleeping it all the time because I know you have a
Oh, good.
laptop. That's it. That's putting it to sleep. It's not
Thank
on.
you.
But if you're
Okay,
going to be
perfect.
gone for a week,
Uh-huh.
shut it down because your battery
Okay.
after a week somehow it will start being consumed and then your computer
Okay.
will be dead when you come back, right? And
Thank you.
you don't need it running while you're gone, just turn it off. But putting it to sleep uses a minimal amount of battery and it does a lot of cleanup and updates and stuff like that. So people who have desktops need to go to the Apple and put it to sleep, or you have to change your settings so that it goes to sleep sooner. So now let's go back to system settings. And the reason I'm showing you this here is because system settings can be found here as well. And see how it says one update? It's already warning me even here. Or for those of you who have it still on your desktop, you have it here. Last time we got to the system settings because we went to the About This Mac and we went to more info and it opened the system settings for us. But every time we go to system settings, we can find it right there under the dock if we have it there. And if you don't have it there, we're going to learn how to do that. Or you can always get it from the Apple system settings right there. So everyone open the system settings again. And now what we're going to learn about is about that display that we're talking about. And let me just say that I have something called battery here because I'm on a laptop, but I don't have that on my Mac Mini because the Mac Mini is plugged in. And thus it says instead, it says there's an icon in the same spot that's called energy. Okay. So for those of you who have a desktop or a Mac Mini or an iMac, one of those, instead of battery, you'll see the word energy there. Is that so? You all good with that? You all found it? Okay. So you should either find an energy thing there or you should find a battery thing there. And thus they have different choices, right? But this is gonna tell you what to do as far as how to keep your battery healthy and how it's doing and that kind of thing. And also, it'll tell you whether to use low power mode, which for people who do unplug their computers from the wall and take it around with you, like if you're a person who is mobile with your Mac, then you should have this turned on only on battery. Because then if you're beginning to run low, it's going to go into this mode called low power mode instead of die on you. Okay, so anyone who's a laptop user should have, it always says, I think the default might be never or always or one of those, and
Yeah.
you should have it as only on battery. I don't know what the default is, but that's for laptop people. And then I think, how many of you guys are on an iMac? I know is Bob. Is anyone on a Mac Mini yet? Do I only have Bob on a desktop right now?
No,
I'm
Carol.
looking. Carol, you're also on an iMac, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, everyone else seems to be on a laptop. Okay, so for Bob and Carol and my second computer, then it says energy, and under energy, you'll see that it says choices for automatic. Your Mac will automatically choose the best level of performance and usage, and that's fine. Keep it on that one. That's a good choice. But then underneath that, it says prevent automatic sleeping when the display is off. That one would mean that if you turn off your display, your computer is still running at full power. You want to have that one on because when your display is off, you'd rather have your computer go to sleep. Does that make sense? Unless you're
Oh.
running some processes. Not prevent, I'm sorry, apologize. That should be off, not on.
Right.
Yeah. You want, sometimes when you read the wording is like backwards, so you don't want it to not go to sleep. On the other hand, I was doing a huge backup online when I was gone. I have ridiculous amounts of gigabytes of extra storage, and I actually told it not to go to sleep. And then I had my son come and turn it off once all that backup was going. So you can do that, but that turns the display off so you don't use all that power. Electricity is used up by your display, not by your computer. And then put hard disk to sleep when possible. That's a good one to have on. If you're not using your computer, just you stood up to go get some tea, and next thing you know, you moved on to your appointments and your stuff, and your computer, you don't need it running. So put your hard disk to sleep when possible. If you're not using it, just put your hard disk to sleep. Does that make sense? So that's automatic. And then wake up for network access. That's a good one to keep on because that's what allows the computer in the middle of the night to wake up and update itself. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then the bottom one, start up automatic after a power failure, I would say no, because sometimes what happens is if there's a power failure, and you know how in the storm, electricity is ebbing and flowing, the last thing you want is your computer to start again and then to stop again and to get on again, and then you can fry your computer. So if there's a power failure and your computer shuts off, let it stay off until your electricity is good again, then you come and turn your computer on. Does that make sense, you guys? You want to protect that. So that's for people who have desktops connected to power all the time.
Diane, could I go back to the top one? You said something else. Mine says low power mode.
Yeah.
Do I want to be on or off?
You don't want to be in low power mode unless you need to, because there's things that don't, well, reduce energy and operate more quietly. It
Nah.
also makes your screen a bit lower. I don't know exactly. I know in a laptop what it'll do. I don't know exactly on a desktop if that makes sense to have it on low power automatic.
Let's leave it off.
Automatic, what it does is it senses, like if you're using Photoshop or need all the power, it'll be on high, versus if it's just kind of sitting there showing you your schedule, it'll probably go to low automatically. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
don't know how sensitive it is and how good it is. I haven't really ever researched that. I would say that automatic is probably good because when you want the extra power, like Bob, if you have it on constant low power, then it won't switch unless you come here and switch it. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Versus
yes.
automatic, it'll do whatever it needs to do.
So let's not do it.
Can I
I'll just
switch
leave it.
mine? Can I make mine no low power mode? Maybe that's why my music programs are stalling.
Do you have a laptop or a
Yeah, M1. It doesn't give me much choice.
it only gives you the choices of only on battery always or on power adapter, right? Is that those
Yeah,
are the
yeah. What should I check?
I would put it only on battery, only when you're disconnected from the wall should it go
Okay.
to low power mode. But do you ever work, but this is important, do you ever work on your computer without being plugged in, trying to do those important programs?
Oh,
Because
hardly ever.
Okay, because if so, if you're someone who takes your computer over to some other person's music studio, don't plug it in and work on
Okay.
high-end programs, you'll be on low power mode, in which case you don't want that on. You want to be
Perfect.
always on power, right? Versus knowing that it's going to happen only when you're on battery, that means that when you are on battery, it is on low power mode. So if it's lagging, consider plugging it in. Okay? All right. Cool. I see a hand up, but now it's gone. So Bob, your question got answered or what?
You said to turn on enable power nap, correct?
Are we on we're talking about Mac or PC? Sorry, Mac or PC. Battery or desktop, laptop or desktop? Where are you seeing that? Because I'm not seeing that right now.
On an iMac, and it's in energy.
Okay.
The
I see
question,
what you mean. I used to have that option on the Mac Mini. I don't have it, but I had it on iMac. I remember. And that's because the Mac Mini doesn't have a display it's connected to unless, automatically. But I remember the power nap was an iMac thing because the display is always on if the computer is running. So enable power nap. What was the recommendation on that one? I don't remember. I would say yes, in the sense that it knows when you're not using it and it puts itself to sleep. But that one I would have to look up because I don't 100% remember. So let me look at. So,
well, it says
I'm just wanting to let you know 1 second that when you don't know something, I know a lot, but I don't know everything. I just Google it and I go to the Apple discussion board and I find it out over there. So anyway, I'm gonna go enable. So anyway, I'm gonna look at that one about on an iMac whether to enable a power nap. Because I don't remember what's the recommendation on that one. What is the power? Here's what power. Which Macs have power only some MacBook Pros and some iMacs are the only ones that have the power nap, it says here. And what it does, it's the equivalent to enables it to wake up and work in the background to keep the software in good working order without draining the power. It's equivalent to what we have on the Mini, which is the energy mode automatic, low power or high power. You want it to be able to turn itself on and do updates and cleanups, and that's what the power nap is. So yeah, I would say enable it.
thank you.
Okay. Adriana?
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, what would you recommend for me? Like, I hardly use my computer.
Well, you will be using it twice a week for this class.
Oh, yeah, for this class, yes.
And hopefully in between to do some homework.
Yes.
But yeah, if you use it when you say hardly ever, once a day at least, or not really?
Sometimes that, like, not even a week goes
Not
on.
even a week.
Wow.
So, well, so she's got it. She has a busy life and kids, as we
Yeah.
all know, take up a lot of your time. So I would, it's an interesting one. I would say that God, because I've always said if you're going on vacation, go for it. If you're gone for a week, turn it off. If you don't, if you notice yourself using it 3 times a week, then leave it on. But
Okay.
if that's not even how much you use it, then I would say turn it off and turn it on each time. I never finished explaining. You guys, you know how when you have you ever boarded a plane? It takes off and it lands, and you always know that the parts that are hard for the plane are the takeoff and the landing. And
Right.
because there's so much going on and everything has to work well. That's what happens with a computer. The turning on and turning off is a big deal for a computer. It goes through a whole bunch of system checks and this and that and things. So if something's going to go right or wrong, it'll probably happen during the turn on and turn off. So if everything's running really well, you don't necessarily want to shut it down a lot because it's an intense process for the computer to shut down. And then when you do want to use it, you have to sit there and wait for like sometimes a minute or three, depending on how fast your computer is before it's finally on. Versus if it's put to sleep, you just jiggle any key and boom, it comes to life. And if you have a laptop, you just open it and oh, look, it's open, it's on.
And
It just comes to life instantly. But that said, if something's not working, you wouldn't even shut down. You would go to that third option, the restart. You would just do a full restart and it shuts itself down and it turns itself on. And in that process, it also cleans itself up of bad stuff. If you use the computer heavily all the time, every day, you should restart like the way Bob is using it or the way I use it. You should restart once a week. I don't do that. I restart more like once a month. Because I'm always checking, and if I notice that something seems to be lagging beyond the norm, something's wrong, then I restart it. So I don't really know how often I restart it, other than I use it as a cleanup, as a, okay, something needs to happen. Let me see if a restart fixes it. Because if a lot of IT people will tell you that 90% of their job is telling people, go ahead and restart your computer, and then everything works again, right? So it's a good thing to do when things are kind of something's not right here. Let's just restart it, because that's when it does all the cleaning of the cache, Bob. All the stuff you did happens during that process of shutting down and restarting. Every now and then once I had some big stuff going on and I asked the tech guy on Apple, and he was saying, shut it down, wait a minute, and then restart it. And so I asked him, tell me what's the difference. And when you do a shutdown, the computer, even though you don't see it anymore, it's still running for quite a while before it completely shuts off. And when you do a restart, it doesn't get to that absolute shutdown. It goes almost there and it springs back. And for some things, it's good to completely shut down, wait a minute, it's totally off, then you restart. And that is different than the restart internally. 90% of the times a restart is all you need. Every now and then you might want to just shut it down and wait and turn it on again if something really, really isn't working. But I've only had to do that a few times, like a few times. But yeah, I will shut it down if I'm off for, a week or whatever it will be. In this case, I didn't turn it off because I was running a big backup on bazillions of terabytes of stuff. And then I had my son check on it now and then. He understands computers and do some stuff on it. So I didn't shut it down this time as I normally would have. So yesterday when I arrived, the first thing I did is I did a restart on both of them to kind of clean them up, because they'd been running for 7 weeks without me and who knows what's happening in the background. So I did a restart. So anyway, keep the shutdown and the restart for that. Or in your case, Adriana, if you really notice, okay, this week I'm just busy, I'm cranked, I'm not doing anything, just leave it shut down. Yeah, that's a good use of shutdown, especially even a laptop, because otherwise the battery power is being used and charging, and it's like, yeah, just put it away. Don't bother. Don't use it. Okay.
Also regarding the battery, should always, like for my example that I hardly use my computer, should it be like low power mode, battery health normal?
That's a hard one, because every time you ask a Mac expert about that, hold on. Hold on. And the reason is that I'm asking, I want to see I haven't asked that question in a while. Every time you ask that question to a Mac expert, you'll get a different answer. You'll go to the Mac Genius, you'll get someone on the phone, you'll get something, and it's a different answer if it's a PC also. So people who are accustomed to PC say a different thing. And so I'm like, that's what I'm gonna say, modern laptops, what is a modern laptop? 2 years old or 10 years old? I don't know. But now it's, you might notice, your phone says it too. Computers and laptops, when I say now, I'd say my memory of it is maybe the last 4 or 5 years. I don't know when it started, so I don't know on your computers if it's running or not, but it doesn't charge past 80%. And they learn your patterns, and then it fills to 100% at the last minute. Or you can tell it to stop at 80%. And that's because of how the batteries work. So if you're plugged in all the time, and your computer's new, Adriana, yours for sure, the computer knows to fill itself to 80%, and then it just sits there and waits. 80% is the optimal amount of battery that you want your battery to have. If it's not using itself up, it just sits at 80%. What you don't want is to be always at 100%. That wastes away your battery much more. So if you normally wake up at 6 a.m., your phone is sitting up until 5 a.m. at 80%. And then it fills us up to 100%. And when you wake up 6 a.m., your phone is at 100%. That's a way to save itself, and that it does it. Unless you've turned on a thing that says always fill up to 80, never go any higher, which you could. So the computer does that as well. So the question is how old it since your computer had it or not having anymore. But basically at this point, batteries know not to overplug themselves. Before, when it would always be at 100%, if it was plugged in all the time, that was bad for a computer. Does that make sense? So it depends on which, I don't know what model of computer knows to do that or not. I would say that it's been around for quite a few years already. But again, a lot of it depends on how old the computer is. And then you'll have other people who say, oh, no, you should turn it off because that's batteries always do that. But basically the main answer is most of the time it's best to keep it plugged in. So that's the main answer right now that you're getting from the Apple experts. It's a bit like sports. You're gonna ask one person and it'll give you all the reasons why this team's gonna win, and the other person's gonna tell you all the reasons why that team's gonna win. Same with laptops. I've heard both sides so many times, but the Apple people tell you basically to keep it plugged in. So I go with that one, even though other people make sense when they explain why not, because they know about mechanics and engineering and batteries and all that, which I don't. Apple people says keep it plugged in because the battery protects itself from overcharging. Okay. Yeah, I came back from my vacation and this computer was at 80% and it's been plugged in the whole time, right? And it's because it had that protection, for example. All right. Tuesday, everyone starts at 9 a.m. No more staggered. So not Tuesday, Thursday.
On
Today's
Thursday,
Thursday.
yeah, Thursday.
On Thursday, I'm still jet lagged. On Thursday, everyone starts at 9 a.m. So if you're late, I'll do my best to catch you up, but try not to be late. If you can't make it, let me know. I didn't get around to showing you where to get the recordings. I'll show that to you on Thursday for those of you, Adriana and Denise, who don't know. All this class is being recorded, and there'll be a place where you can link to it and get to the recording. But I don't think if you need to replay this, I'll tell you on Thursday how to go ahead and replay them. Okay.
In order to sign up for your next class,
Oh,
it's right now,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, so let me do this. For those of you, the class is technically over. For those of you who need to go, please go. Anyone who needs help with changing their email, which by the way, I noticed that Thea had to leave after break. She didn't come back, so I'm not sure she was dealing with the whole Zoom thing. Had to change her email address. But if you need help signing up to anything, stay tuned. I will now help you. I'll show you exactly how to do it and how to sign up. If you can sign up for iLife, I really need help for that. I don't have enough people right. Well, I have.
I'm already signed up for the class.
Okay, great.
But how many students do you need to not have the class?
Yeah, so let me check where we're at. They might be a bit more lenient in the summer. I don't know. As of last year, they're not lenient anymore. Right now, I have 16 people. Technically, I need 20. If I had 18, they'll let it run, probably, but I need for sure at least 2 more. So that would be great. That's the one where it's all about photography and stuff. So
What about
I'll That starts next Tuesday. Between here and next Tuesday, hopefully, between you guys or some other people who take my other classes, hopefully I'll get 2 more people. And hopefully I'll get 4 more people. So anyway, if you're done and you don't need to sign up for anything else, then I'll see you on Thursday. But for the rest of you guys, I'm about to share my screen and show you how to do
I
that.
have one more
So,
question.
yeah, no, I'm not leaving. I'm saying everyone else,
Okay.
you're welcome to
Oh.
officially leave, and now I'm staying to answer any other questions
This
you might have.
class is not gonna be canceled, right?
No.
This
We're
one
fine.
you have enough students?
Yeah, we're at 18. That they didn't come doesn't mean anything. We're at 18. I'm gonna follow
Okay.
through with some of the new people and see what's up. But especially in the summer, sometimes there's people on vacation and things are
Okay.
happening.
It's too expensive.
Yeah, yeah, it's a cost prohibitive experience. Mhm.
That what's expensive is maintaining a lot of classes with few people because they still are paying me. In this case, I'm on Zoom, so they're not paying for the school and the bed, the power and the room because I'm on Zoom. But they can't run classes because they are not really free. It costs them to run the class, and the state reimburses them for how many people attend, which is why if they have a minimum of 20 people, they know that there's 4 or 5 who don't show up. As long as it's got about 16, 17 people, that's their cutoff. Anything beyond that, they don't run it. Now, the fact that of the 18 people that I signed up, I didn't get 18 today, it's up to me to now reach out and try to get everyone to show up. That's another issue.
I think I can get someone.
Okay, wonderful. So now let me share my screen. And if you need to go, yeah, and I'll see you on Thursday. And if you need to sign up for, I think Bob, you're signed up for quite a few of my classes.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm signed up for. I couldn't even understand the text that I just signed up.
Okay. I think you're in quite a few of them. I definitely need people for Illustrator. Illustrator is the only class right now of mine that is really needing people urgently, and iLife. And my iLife is also pretty low right now. Let me see. What I'm doing right now is just checking on stuff. I had shared this before, so I see my iLife has 16 people. I need for sure 2 more, and then Illustrator has 17. I'd like a few more, but like the rest of them are gonna run for sure. Illustrator at 17 is probably gonna run, but there's always someone who can just drop out this week, and then it'll be down to 16. 16 is iffy, so iLife and Illustrator are the ones that I need. I need some more people to sign up for. Anyway, so let me show you how to sign up. So who am I supporting in signing up right now? Denise? Okay. Anyone else who wants to know how to sign up? Let me just show you. First of all, you need to go to my.sbcc.edu. Can you go to a browser anywhere and type in my.sbcc.edu? And then hit return or enter. And that'll bring you to this page. Once
So
you're
that's not pipeline.
Pipeline is going away.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird because we still have pipeline. We still call it pipeline, and we still have our emails with the pipeline name, but pipeline is going away. And in fact,
Okay.
we're even going to drop Google and we're going to Microsoft Office. I don't know when that change is happening. Whole point is that now we call it the dashboard. It's not so much called pipeline, but it's basically pipeline. Anyway, so I'm just saying these things, but yeah, it's still pipeline. Now it's the SBCC login, not really
Yeah.
pipeline login, but it's the same it's what we call their pipeline account, right? So put in your username and password. And then
Well,
see
wait,
how it says,
doesn't it say log in anywhere?
yeah, but see, it says we are currently transitioning to a new login system. Some systems now sign in through Microsoft before reaching, some don't. They're in the middle of transitioning. I still don't have to do that. Maybe you are doing that. I don't know what the new system is yet. In fact, I'm going to look into it because, as I said, I got here yesterday. So I haven't looked this up, and they just changed the system while I was gone. So I don't know what it looks like yet. So don't you see something like this?
Hang on one sec. Oh no, I see a different one. Oh, that says class schedule.
Oh, so you're in already.
Well,
If you
I'm
have
in
not had the class-
sbcc.edu.mysbcc.
Okay, so you're probably already in.
Oh,
I
okay.
need to do one more thing because I
Okay.
have the two-factor authentication. So give me a second, which most people don't have, but I do if you're in my Adobe classes. Some people have to have this. Remember this device, log in. I know, not now. Okay, are you in something like this?
Hang on. No, I'm in something.
Why
Do I-
don't you share me where you're in? Because you might be in the new login system and
Okay, hang on. Let's see if I can do this. Share.
yeah, share and share.
That thing.
Okay. All right. So you're in the main City College system. So you're not yet in
Okay.
the login. Okay. So what you
But-
need to do, wait, no, put that back where it
Sorry.
was. Don't move things out of the way, guys. And in fact, you need to go even higher because you're not seeing the bottom. And if one thing I want to teach you is and it's coming, that's coming this class, is to not move things out of the way. Now, to get to my.sbcc.edu, stop. Don't do anything.
Oh.
Move out of that. Yeah, this is the main SBCC system. You can either subvert it by going to might.sbcc.edu or see where I made a little green circle. That's the icon that takes you to my.sbcc. There we go. Click on
Just
that.
click that.
Yep. And that takes you to the login.
Oh, okay.
Or you type my.sbcc.edu and it takes you to the same place. Okay, so put in your pipeline.
Now all your faces are blocking a little of it, but not that much.
You can move the faces by going to the top of the faces, and there's like some choices, like little on the top of where the faces are, you can click on little choices which make it smaller. There's like little lines or squares that kind of let you make the faces kind of move out of the way a little bit.
Okay, hang on.
That
Okay, let's see.
okay. Now you're in. Now you're going to have a bunch of stuff that doesn't apply so much to non-credit. So you have to say, got it. See down here, it's like meet with an academic counselor, which does apply. You could, but say yes,
Thanks.
yes. Okay. And
Okay.
now class registration and schedule. And now register for classes. Yeah.
Right there. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, the lady
Okay.
at the office signed me up for this class with you, so I never saw how to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So now go over here to register for classes. Okay. And now this is new for anyone who hasn't signed up before for a while. This is new as of last session. Go ahead and say continue, and I'm going to show you what this is all about. Say continue. Go ahead and say accept. And this is new, you guys. It's just once a semester. The state demands it. Don't scroll down, scroll up again. You're going to have to do this 3 times. It needs to make sure it's mainly for credit students that where they can get grants or not grants or Title X, which is sexual harassment. It's like stuff that you're supposed to read and do. So go click on the word pending. And then it'll say, I acknowledge that I understand. So say yes, acknowledge, and say save. Good. Now go down to the next one, click on the word pending. And then over here, I acknowledge and save. Would be good to read them sometimes. Keep going down. Go to the last one that says pending.
Come on. Oh.
Acknowledge and save. Okay. And now those were the ones for the fall. Now the summer ones. So now go down here. I know this is
Okay,
say it's okay. You're done with those. Keep going down. Keep going down as where you were. Now click right there where it shows you 1 of 3. Go right there and click on that little arrow. Yeah, and now you can scroll down again. Oh, you were fine. Yeah, keep going down. You need to click on it again. You undid it. Yeah, and now go down because now you'll have the next 3.
Oh, here we go.
And now go 3 pendings again for the summer and acknowledge and save.
Do you know how much
Then-
time you're saving me? Gosh.
Keep going, scroll down again. Don't click on here again. Just keep scrolling. Now they're
Oh, I
they're-
see. Sorry. Wait, completed. Oh,
no. You have to click on the 1 to 3 again. Yeah. Click on the 1 to 3.
Oh.
There's 2 more. You need 2 more. You need 2 and 2 to 3. Scroll down. And there, click on pending.
Come on.
And then go up to acknowledge and save. And there's a video that you should watch, guys. I'm being all irresponsible. And go to the last one, 3 to 3. It's the sexual harassment in case you have any issues with anyone at school with any kind of, you want to know what it is. Okay, scroll down to the last one and click on that one and acknowledge and save. Good. You won't need to do this now for the fall or the summer. Yeah. So now scroll to the very top and say continue on the far right. Now you're going to be allowed to sign up. Now you can sign up to anything again all year and it won't matter. So go to summer 2026.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
trying
using
to go do
the
that.
right click. So you need to stop using the right click. You need to go select a term with your left click. Yeah. There we go. And now choose summer 2026. Perfect. Continue. Good. Now go to enter CRNs. Up here.
Yeah, I don't see so well. Okay, sure.
Enter CRNs. Okay. So now click into there and and you're doing right click. So don't do right click, do regular click, left click. Okay. And now the iLife class is, and now I need to go to the
At
iLife
the
class.
CMPW.
No,
Oh.
you need to just put in a number. Hold on.
Okay, 8.
You need to put in the numbers 81442.
Okay.
81442. So
Whoops.
just type 81442 and then say add to summary. And it goes over here. So you're not registered yet. It just goes over here, right? And now you click submit, which is down there. And that signs you up down at the bottom. Okay. This submit right there. And you're registered.
I'm registered for everything. Okay, I know someone else who I think will do it. So let me,
That's great. And if so, that's an example of helping them catch up by watching the recording. But at this point, if they just show up on Thursday, that's Tuesday, that's fine. But if they end up starting late, they can always catch up. But if they're going to sign up, you mean for the iLife class, right? The photos class?
Yeah.
So then they have a whole week to do it. And if this is too complicated, they can go in person like you did, and they'll get helped.
Now she's staying at her mom's and only has a cell phone. She could still learn, right?
For better or for worse, a lot of the iPhone class can't, it's better if you have a computer and an iPad and an iPhone, but most people just have a phone. And then I'll show him on the computer and on the phone, and she'll see all the phone parts. So yeah.
She'll
that's
be
perfect.
back after that.
Yeah, it's fine. That's great. All right, Carol, do you need help with signing up or something? Bob, do you need help with
I
something?
just wanted to say that you look younger. That must be a function of being away for 7 weeks, right?
I'm tanned, I'm younger, and I'm noticing that I have some kind of filter on. And I was looking at myself going, wow, I don't
You
see
look
nothing.
good.
Yeah, but that's not real. So let me go see what's happening. Video effects and settings.
Prove my
I
name.
just upgraded my Zoom, and normally the background on or off is part of on purpose, but I'm looking to see if there's something new because there's something called appearance. Touch up my appearance. Okay. I
Really?
turned it off. There you go. That's
Wait a
me.
minute. That isn't you.
And
Wait,
that's
wait.
touched up. There, okay. This is non-touched up.
Oh,
See, I have
okay.
lines now,
Yeah.
which makes sense because that's me. And this is touched up. See how you barely see the lines? So I've been on touched up mode this whole time.
Where is settings? The boxes?
Um, and
Gee,
there you
that'll
go.
save you
Now
buying
I'm
the stuff at the
now I am who I
cosmetics.
am. Although I still look better than I normally look, I think.
You
Well,
look
I am
really
tan.
good. You
Tan
look
always
younger.
hurt. Yeah. What else? I have portrait lighting on. Let me turn off portrait lighting. Ah, now I'm looking a bit worse. So there's things that they do.
How do you do that again?
In Zoom, under video and effects, if you go to the word video where you turn video on and off, there's a little tiny
Oh, I
arrow
see.
that goes up, and you go to video and effects, and you have all these choices.
Mm.
And adjust for low light.
Can I type in an age I want to look like 30?
Auto framing, that's the one.
What's
The
that?
auto framing is where it kind of, oh no, that's not the one. It's in the Mac. So auto framing, it's not following me, so it's not that.
They're saying now it's a 20-year age difference on how the new whatever is 20
Yeah, the
years
touch up,
younger.
it's off right now, and now it's on. I am,
Beautiful.
I see.
it is all Zoom, and now
I
it's
love
on.
it.
Now
Thank
it's just
you.
me, looking tired, and look at that. Look at the deep things under my arms, and then they're gone. No,
That's
it is
cool.
true that I just came back from vacation, that I am looking much more rested. And I'm looking at the photo. I was gone for 7 weeks. The photos of the first week, I'm haggard. I'm
Oh,
like exhausted. And then slowly, as my photo, I was like, I'm hating the photo. And slowly I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do so. I'm looking better. I'm looking better. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be in a photo. Like I can see my face changing from haggard. I was really stressed at the end of the session to me right now. I'm like, yay.
Oh,
it's wonderful.
It is wonderful. Anyway, that's fun. All right. That
thank you.
said, do you
Thank
need
you.
anything else, you guys? Bob?
If you don't
Yeah.
mind,
No.
it's about buying a new Mac Mini, and I
Okay.
wanted to get your recommendation on um, the criteria of what I should be looking for in the
Okay.
future.
So I noticed that your computer is relatively newish, right? So what are you, I mean, I'm looking, Bob, not Bob, the other Bob. Where's this Bob?
Did I
You
mention?
have Tahoe MacBook Pro 2024. So why do you want a new one? And then it'll help me, because what's wrong with this one? Or
I want to purchase a Mac Mini and a monitor for my at-home use.
oh, okay.
Now, iMac, it's a 27-inch iMac, 2019.
The 27-inch iMac is no more. And that was a good one, but it is no more.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The 24-inch Mac that they're selling is not recommendable. And I think that's the one that Carol has, and it's been giving her some trouble, and it's not very powerful. So the Mac Mini, my son bought the basic one, and he uses it for intense stuff, and he's really happy with it. I bought above basic, and I'm happy with it. So I'm going to the Mac Minis right now, and let me see, but I bought them a little while ago. So see the Mac Mini, let me go and see what I got. I didn't buy the top because by the time you do that, you're spending a lot anyway. But I didn't buy the low, which he did, and he's still happy with his. So here we go, Mac Mini. I got an M4 Pro chip,
All right.
which right now, here, why don't I do it on this computer so I can share it with you, because by doing it on the other computer, I can't share it with you.
Looking at that page. Yeah.
Apple, Mac. Hey, sweetie, how are you?
A meeting in 2 minutes.
Oh, shoot, we have a meeting in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Bob, I'd forgotten. My husband just came in. I have a meeting in 2 minutes on a phone call. Can you stay behind on Thursday to talk about this?
I'll meet you Thursday.
Yeah, okay. I forgot about that. I'm so glad that someone's responsible in my house. Okay. So, yeah, I'll tell you
Okay.
more on Thursday.
See you
Okay.
then.
Bye.